ready for the playoffs. The time has come for the ultimate showdown on the ice, and the excitement is in the air. Don't miss a single second of the playoff action. Head to the Betfred at Mohegan Sun Sportsbook inside Virgin Hotels Las Vegas for the ultimate watch party to catch all of the high-stakes games. Plus, when you make a $25 bet, you'll get an entry for your chance to win lower-level nights playoff tickets. The Betfred at Mohegan Sun Sportsbook is the place to be. Must be 21 years of age. Wagers only accepted in Nevada.
Jack Daniels has always made whiskey, and if they have it their way, they always will. But there's one thing Jack can't make more of: moments. Those are on us to create. You see, hockey fans, we only get one shot at this thing called life. So let's make sure we're making the most of every moment, whether it's showing up for our team or sipping a glass of Jack while cheering at the radio. Don't let a single moment go to waste. Make it count. Jack Daniels.
Tennessee whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Jack Daniel Distillery, Lynchburg, Tennessee. Jack Daniels and Old Number 7 are registered trademarks. Copyright 2022 Jack Daniels. All rights reserved.
Back to the Knights versus the Oilers in their Stanley Cup playoff series on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network with Dan Duba and Gary Lawless.
From Edmonton, Golden Knights and Oilers, Game 6. I'm Dan Duva with Bruce Cassidy. Bruce, what did you see in Game 5?
Well, I thought we did enough things well to win. We ended up having to kill some penalties and did a good job, yet they scored 3 times on it. So I think our guys understand they were doing a good job, and they found a few loose pucks in front of our net. One went off a guy's shin pad. The last one, unfortunately, we bump into an official, and McDavid does his thing, right? So that part of the game, I thought we were pretty good when we got into trouble with infractions, yet, as I said, they still scored 3. We were able to get a couple on the power play, I think, which helps us a lot to neutralize that. And so that takes you to the 5-on-5 game, which I think we've been pretty solid in. Generated some looks by winning pucks below the goal line, getting it low to high, recovering it. One's a rebound, the other one happens to go in. So those are parts of our game that we like. The way we closed out the game, I thought we handled the pressure of Edmonton in our end the last 3-4 minutes, and are trying to get into our end story, and we were able to keep possession in the O-zone. So that shows you how determined the guys were to sort of run down the clock and get the win, and I thought we did a real good job of that.
We asked you before the game about what it might look like without Nurse for the Oilers, without Pietrangelo for the Golden Knights. What did you see?
Well, I saw Haig and Whitecloud do a good job. They had more impactful minutes, I guess. They play important minutes for us every night, but who they were playing against was, a step up from maybe a third or fourth line that they've seen. These are, 2 of the most dynamic players in the league, and I thought they handled it well. Kept their discipline all night, played hard. So it's good for them, and Huddy came in, did his job, great pinch in the first goal, keeps the puck alive, we end up scoring because of it. So when you get guys that come in and can contribute, it's a sign of what you are, right? We're a good team, and we put guys in and out of the lineup. Teddy Bluger's another example. We're a good team. We need everyone contributing. We're not going to go out there and win a game with 2 or 3 guys going or a goalie stand on his head. It's not our formula for us, and I thought we had that the other night.
William Karlsson, what a day, and an assist to boot, and a new dad.
Yeah, like a lot of them lately, I'm real excited to be at the rink. And how can you blame them, right? Like, this is something you look forward to for who knows how long, and you're a little stressed because of first and foremost the health of your the mother and your spouse and the baby, obviously. So once that happens, there's a bit of a relief, and now you're a dad, and just the excitement that goes with it. So good for Carly. We knew he even though he was tired, he'd be running on adrenaline. How can you not feel better? Life is good. He played that way, played real well for us. And happy for him and Emily, and young Beckham.
And young Beckham. Mother's Day. Tell us about the moms in your life, what they mean to you.
Yeah, my mom passed away. It's probably been about 12 years now. And listen, she was like a lot of Canadian families, American families too. But getting up. My brother was a year and a half older than me, so one of us was going with mom, one with dad to the rink. So we both played hockey, to the baseball diamond, to the tennis courts, to the golf course, whatever it was. So, without the moms, there's no players. right, that make it. You need parents behind you supporting you, or maybe a grandmother, whatever the case may be, grandfather. But at the end of the day, they're the backbone typically of all families. I know they're the backbone of my family. So hopefully Shannon and Cole are being good to Julie today back in Vegas, because she deserves it.
Bruce, thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
That's Bruce Cassidy, presented by Dollar Loan Center. You're listening to the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
At Smith's, you can find the highest quality products at a great price in every aisle, every day with Kroger brand. So you can stock up on your household favorites that are tried, tested, and loved by you. Because when you get the products you love at great prices, it feels like winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Simply the best.
STN Sports is the only sports betting app you need this season. STN Sports has it all. In-play betting, mobile parlay cards, the Play Plus card to fund and withdraw from anywhere in Nevada, and a $50 new sign-up bonus. STN Sports even lets you earn rewards for every bet. Safe and easy betting from your phone or tablet. Go to StationCasinoSports.com or sign up at any Station Casino or Wildfire. Details available at all sports books.
Back to more Vegas Golden Knights Stanley Cup playoff action with Dan Duba and Gary Lawless.
Moments away from puck drop in Game 6. The Knights lead the best-of-7 series 3-2 against the Edmonton Oilers. Time for the starters, and first for the visiting Golden Knights. Adin Hill gets the go once more for Vegas, backed up by Jonathan Quick. Stopped 32 out of 35 last time. At even strength, just 17 out of 17. 15 power play shots for the Oilers, and they scored 3 times. In front of Hill, Riley Smith, William Karlsson, Nicholas Waugh. The defense, Alex Pietrangelo, Alec Martinez. For the Oilers, Stuart Skinner once again, though he has been pulled twice in this series. In front of Skinner, Fogle, McLeod, and Ryan. On defense, Ekholm and Bouchard. Referees today, Wes McCauley and Dan O'Rourke. Dan O'Rourke was the backup official for the game 2 days ago, and he had to come in and serve as a linesman, and he bumped into Mark Stone right before Connor McDavid's second goal. He's in his regular position as a referee today. Cale Murchison and Shander Alfonso, the linesmen. Underway in Game 6, Oilers in blue. They win the opening draw going left to right. Vegas in white with steel gray numbers, gold and red trim. In the neutral zone, Nick Waugh taps it right side, and William Karlsson swings it in. Will had an assist on a power play goal scored by Riley Smith. Ivan Barbashev had the primary goal. Now a centering pass, and they score! Second in as many games. The Knights strike 24 seconds into the first period. It was a play along the right boards, and it chipped into the slot. It missed the defenseman Bouchard, and Riley Smith snuck into the perfect spot between the circles.
Skinner goes to play the puck behind the net, and he's in no man's land, and he can count 1, 2, 3, and then when he finally plays it, there's 2 Golden Knights on the wall. You had it right. One of the Oilers D gets it. It pops out, and Riley Smith, Johnny on the spot, buries it.
26 goals in the regular season for Smith. Now he's got 2 in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Goals in consecutive games for Riley. That's his 24th career Stanley Cup playoffs goal in his 95th game. He is the Golden Knights franchise postseason scoring leader. And the Knights get that goal on their first shot. Action resumes. Kane behind his own goal. Kane is pressured behind the net by Howden and Stevenson. They get it out. Oilers across the line. Right wing McDavid. He shoots. He scores! McDavid sneaks it wrong side on Adin Hill. From the right side. McDavid ties it 1-1. 2 goals combined in the opening minute of Game 6. Connor McDavid had 2 goals in Game 5. Now he's got 5 goals in the series, 8 in the playoffs.
Vegas gets a little aggressive on the forecheck, and there are 3 Golden Knights forwards. stuck behind off the offensive blue line when 4 Oilers pop loose. And this is a rush chance. McDavid gets the shot and beats Hill going to the far post.
He put it through McNabb's legs. McNabb had him defended straight on. McDavid shot it through the legs of McNabb. And that probably did not help Hill seeing the shot. And it went alongside near his blocker. On the ensuing draw, Oilers send it back in. Around clockwise to the trapezoid. Haig was there to try to lift a stick. Free puck behind for Yamamoto. Tie up. Fighting for the puck. Chipped away by Whitecloud. Near boards and Ivan Barbashev. Lifts it along to Marchessault skating in. Drop pass. Eichel shoots. Not down in front. And a rebound off the right post. Goes into the corner. Marchessault with Barbashev trying to get it back for the Knights. Marchessault and Barbashev working on the right. Eichel now finds it with Barbashev. Left wing shot save. Skinner holds on. Down on his knees to his right to make the save. Barbashev found the loose puck. And in one swift motion from the top of the left circle, he put it on goal.
Now these guys are fantastic in Game 5, and they get out there for their first shift. Marchessault does a real nice job. He's got a choice to dump it in, but the deep back off, that allows him to slide it to Eichel for the first chance. Then there's a rebound, they hit a post, and then Barbashev with the last chance.
Oilers win the defensive zone draw. Bluger on the ice in his second playoff game with the Knights. He's appeared in the postseason now every season, going back to his time at Shattuck St. Mary's in high school. That includes 4 years at Minnesota State Mankato, time in the American League, and of course with the Pittsburgh Penguins the last few years, and now with the Golden Knights. Offside on the entry for the Oilers. 2 minutes into the game, 1-1 tie. Riley Smith unassisted, 24 seconds into the game. Second fastest goal to start a playoff game in franchise history. Connor McDavid responds, though, half a minute later. His 8th from Kulak and Kane. And that is Evander Kane's first point of the series. He's now got 5 points in 12 playoff games this year. Oilers take the neutral zone face-off. They'll pull it back to their own end. Left to right they go. Desharnais plays it up the middle, wide of the goal. Bluger coming back. Bluger took the check, but he rims the puck ahead. Fired forward by Carrier, lost by Colasar at the Oilers line. Edmonton has the puck as both sides change. Line changes brought to you by William Hill. Edmonton left to right. Through center they come. Fogle dumps it in after getting stood up by Smith in the neutral zone. Theodore and McNabb coming back and centering pass. Score! Fogle passing from the left side. 2 shots, 2 goals for the Oilers, and they have the lead 2-1. Setup was from behind the goal. Warren Fogle crashing from the left side. Second goal of the series. And Edmonton, all of a sudden, despite allowing the first goal, has the lead 3 minutes in. Backhand centering pass from Derek Ryan. 2 points in the series now for Derek. He went toward the trapezoid. Found the puck at the edge, and a no-look centering pass on his backhand, and Fogle arrived just in time to bury it inside the left post.
It's a bad read by the Vegas defenders going back to get that puck that was dumped in, and Edmonton beats them to the puck and then wins the battle.
3 goals in less than 3 minutes, all of them at even strength. Alec Martinez starts it ahead, left wing side. Smith starts it up to the Oilers line. It's knocked down, settled there at the logo by Nick Waugh. Backwards to Pietrangelo. Forward pass. Now Waugh carries in with Carlson. A shot, save. Rebound off the backboards. It's loose. Vogel gathers far wing. Clears the zone for the Oilers. Back to the Vegas line. Pietrangelo there with Martinez. McDavid takes it away from both of them. Martinez and Pietrangelo sort of miscommunicated with each other. McDavid sends it out high. Desharnais across to the left. And a shot tipped in front. It goes up and out of play.
The Vegas Golden Knights defensemen, it's the second time in a row they've had a chance to get the puck and wheel it around and have a quick up, and they've misfired. This time it's the veterans, Martinez and Pietrangelo.
Well, there's the first save for Adin Hill on 3 shots. 1 save so far for his counterpart Stuart Skinner. 1 goal on 2 shots. Oilers win the draw. CeCe high to low on the right wing. Carried up the wall on the near side. Nugent Hopkins down the boards. He shoots, save! Hill closing out to his left. Got it with his blocker. Deflected it to the far side. Now on the perimeter for the Oilers. Ceci on the right, banks it in behind the goal. Draisaitl leans into a check, knocks the stick out of McNabb's hands. Play continues on the high left. Fanning out a shot or a pass was Nurse. He rims it behind. Draisaitl on the right, centered off a stick in the slot. Chipped out of the zone by Theodore. And the Knights can get McNabb off, who had lost his stick on that play following the collision with Draisaitl. Oilers send it back in. They set up on the high left. Nurse rims it around clockwise to the right boards. Draisaitl there. Turns and shoots. Stick down in front. Theodore and Haig defended. Now in the left corner for Edmonton. Theodore pulls it free. Starts it along Marchessault with Eichel. Jonathan gave it away. End of his shift. He was trying to sneak it across to the left side of center, but it got picked off. That group is off. Fourth line comes on. Keegan Colasar first man on for the Knights. Edmonton dumps it in. Haig coming back with Whitecloud. Zach plays it first. Rims it far boards. It skids and bounces out to the neutral zone. Oilers try to come back in on the right. From the blade of Zach Hyman to the trapezoid. Hill stops it. Whitecloud plays it up the wall. It got through Carrier, off the body in the neutral zone. Hyman couldn't find it. Colasar does. Colasar sidesteps a double team. Back in the neutral zone, handled by Bouchard. Looks to the left wing side. Oilers gain the line. Whitecloud takes it away. Starts it out. Across the line, Colasar breaks. Sets it up. Coming from the right wing, Brett Howden. Peels off on the wall. Back to the point for Petrangelo's drive, deflected wide. Stevenson in the trapezoid for the Knights. Stevenson escapes Ekholm, goes far side, looks across to the left. Martinez shoots, save. Sucked in by Skinner, and he holds on. Remember, it was Martinez who had a shot early in Game 5 that was bobbled. Jack Eichel ultimately put in the rebound. That was the goal that got the Knights with a 1-1 tie. They ultimately fell behind 2-1 in that first period, but came back to take a lead in the second period en route to the 4-3 victory.
The Oilers obviously have that desperation. They know they lose tonight, they're done, and they've come out flying. Vegas trying to match it and maybe falling behind almost.
Knights win the faceoff. Stone shoots it over the goal. Stevenson won the draw on the left side. Stone put it over the top of the net. Stone had a goal in the last game, his second of the series and fifth of the playoffs. Oilers can't clear it out. Stone on the left wall. Looks point work. Martinez shoots. Saved by Skinner to his right. Reaching down with the stick. Now it's Desharnais behind the Oilers goal. Chased by Stone. On the breakout, the Oilers get it a hit. Right wing side, Derek Ryan through the circle. Across to the left. And a muck pass. Knights fail to clear. Now to the right a shot. And is turned around by Fogle. It came in front again. Another shot deflected and secured by Hill. With lots of traffic in front of the Knights' crease. McBugstad and Alex Petrangelo have words. And the linesman step between them.
Puck comes right to Petrangelo. He's got time to make a move, and he pushes it up too quickly, and that allows the Oilers to get another chance.
Timeout. 13:58 to go, first period. Oilers 2, Knights 1. Here in Game 6, a Knights victory means the end of the series. Presented by Dollar Loan Center, you're listening to the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
With your choice of select sandwich, nugs, fries, and a drink, Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag is your go-to. Your nugget wingman. Your hot and crispy fry co-pilot.
Just like us. We're like the bag boys.
What?
Bag boys, bag boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
For a deal you can count on, bet on Biggie and choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Bag boys, bag boys.
U.S. price participation may vary. Includes choice of double-stacked JVC or crispy chicken sandwich with 4-piece nugs, junior fry, and small soft drink. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
Chuck, I know it's super easy, but can you walk our listeners through the process of getting a signature loan at Dollar Loan Center?
You'll just need a couple things. Bring along your state-issued ID, recent pay stub, and a few pieces of mail to prove where you live. And if you're getting a loan online at don'tbebroke.com, you can scan and upload all your documents right to our members area.
Sounds easy. How long does the whole process take?
For a new customer, all this takes around 30 minutes, and you're out the door cash in hand. And your first week's interest is on us.
That was Chuck, and to celebrate 25 years in business, he's offering free loans to all new customers. No fee to apply and a week of free interest. We have over 50 locations. Apply over the phone or online at don'tbebroke.com. Don't forget, your first loan is free in 2023 at the DLC.
Free loan means if you pay after loan in 1 week or less, the interest is free. You are still required to repay the principal amount. Licensed by the Nevada Financial Institutions Division. Customer must meet minimal loan qualifications. To review loan qualifications, visit us at don'tbebroke.com. Certain limitations may apply. Loans are subject to approval.
Back to more Vegas Golden Knights Stanley Cup playoff action with Dan Duba and Gary Lawless.
Oilers 2, Knights 1. 6 minutes into Game 6. Gary, there has been plenty of talk about the Oilers facing elimination and the pressure that comes with it.
Yeah, Jay Woodcroft made the point that all the pressure was on Vegas. Bruce Cassidy, I'll get back to this in a second, Danny. So Bruce Cassidy countered saying, I'll speak about my team. Pressure is on firefighters and police officers keeping our communities safe. We know we're going back to Vegas.
From the draw, puck went into the left corner, centering try. Hill seals it up to his right.
We know we're going back to Vegas to play another game, no matter what. So, game within the game, Dan.
War of words, of course. Press conferences every day from the head coaches, even on non-game days. We also heard from Alex Pietrangelo yesterday, and again this morning, talking about the suspension that he faced, watching the game, and then getting back in the lineup, of course, today. Oilers win the draw left side. McLeod got it to the wall. Centering try made by Kulak was knocked down. Vegas picks it up. Carlson got it out. Here comes Waugh with Smith 2-on-2. Smith tried to pull it to the middle. It fails. Oilers counter from left to right. Dumped in on the right wall by Fogle, who has the difference-making goal right now. Fogle's second goal of the playoffs. Both have been in this series. Well, plenty of Oilers talk has been about comparing this scenario to what we saw in the first round last year, when they were down in the series against the LA Kings facing Game 6. Oilers come in, a right wing shot by Ceci, saved by Hill. Stopped the rebound as well at close range. Knights coming out from right to left near side. Carrier forces it across the red line and across the blue, but Ceci pulls it back for the Oilers. Edmonton won Game 6 and Game 7 against Jonathan Quick and the Los Angeles Kings in the first round last year. Hill fails to clear. Derek Ryan's shot is blocked by Martinez. Ryan falls down. No penalty call. Kolasar put the puck behind his net. Vegas clears the zone. Oilers back to their own blue line. Bouchard ahead. On the right side, Kostin pulls and shoots. Saved by Hill. Sucks it in. And he has the whistle.
You mentioned no call. Keegan Kolasar hits Ryan from behind. It's a clean check. These referees, in particular, Wes McCauley and Dan O'Rourke, veteran guys, they're not in any rush to hear their voices over the loudspeaker. They'd prefer to not have to call a penalty all game.
I mentioned that Dan O'Rourke was the standby official for Game 5, and it was inserted, but not as a referee, as a linesman. In case you're wondering, today there are 2 standby officials, 1 referee and 1 linesman, just in case. It's so rarely seen, but in the regular season, there are no standby officials. In the playoffs, there are indeed. From the face-off, Ceci got a shot away, but it was blocked in the slot. Knights coming ahead. Marchessault sends it in. Coming off a 3-point day. 3 assists in Game 5. Jack Eichel, 1 goal and 2 assists. Eichel has the puck on the left wall. Jack protects it along the boards. Up top, Fedor shoots. Stopped. Marchessault tried the tip in front. Oilers coming ahead with the puck. Entry on the left side. Feeds the middle just behind the intended target. That was Ceci. Vegas coming the other way. Marchessault for Eichel, center logo. Dances his way in. To the right, Barbashev. Back to the middle. Eichel stick lifted. To the left point, Haig. To the goal line. Marchessault's shot deflected away by Skinner. Sharp angle. On the right wall, Eichel trying to get the puck away from 2 Oilers near the corner. It's lifted out. It goes out of play on the Oilers bench. Off of an Oiler. Vegas will get an offensive zone draw. 11:45 to go. First period play. Oilers 2, Knights 1.
We never know about injuries, but you can, you guess on things that you see. Leon Draisaitl does not have the burst that he had early in the series. He started to look like he was laboring a bit late in Game 5, and early here in this game, he's not pulling away from people and getting to pucks like we normally see from him.
Of course, he scored 6 goals in the first 2 games of the series. A 4-goal game, followed by a 2-goal game. Since then, just 1 assist. Which is not to take anything away from what he did in the first couple of games. But his team lost the first one when he scored the 4 goals. They did win the second game of the series when he got a pair. Oilers clear the zone. It was gloved by Martinez, so Stone couldn't play it. Now Bouchard for the Oilers. Sends it down. No icing. It ends up in the right corner. Hill watches to his left. Play along the wall, and it's banked behind. Around to the left point, and a shot right through the net mouth and wide from Matthias Ekholm. Out to the right point, Bouchard. Wrist shot, blocked. Stick down by Martinez. Martinez goes to the play in the corner. A centering pass from McDavid knocked away. Vegas coming out with the puck. Stevenson ladles it forward. Run into by Bouchard, so Chandler could not keep possession. Kane back in his own end for the Oilers. Starts the breakout for Ekholm. Up the bench side of the ice with a pass. Cut off by Whitecloud at his own blue line. And now the Oilers try to take it away. It's an offside play.
The rumor was that Connor McDavid had something wrong with his knee. We've seen no evidence of that.
He was terrific in Game 5.
Game 5 was maybe one of the best games of his career. He had a ton of slot shots. Offensive zone time. He held the puck. Obviously, he had a bunch of points. He was tremendous.
2 goals played over 25 minutes in Game 5. Both goals were power play markers, of course. All 3 goals in Game 5 for Edmonton came on the power play. And as crazy as it might sound, the Knights were impressive on the kill. Here's a 2-on-2. Carlson breaks, blew a tire in the right circle, tried to get around Kulak. Smith joins in down low on the right side. Up the boards, Edmonton clears, but it goes off the sidewall. Looks to be an icing. And there is the whistle. Haig coming back. So, offensive zone draw for Vegas. 10:22 to go in the first. Oilers 2, Knights 1 in Game 6.
We just saw William Karlsson get the puck at his own blue line and fly up the wall. Clean zone entry with the puck. William has his legs tonight, that's for sure.
Talked to him on the pregame show about baby Beckham, born on the 12th. His wife Emily celebrating Mother's Day. I'm sure tuned into the game. Oilers get it out of the zone, up to the red line, and chipped on down by Warren Fogle, no icing. Vegas on the breakout. Here's Marchessault. Deals backward, and Theodore's forward pass got tipped, found by the Knights anyway. Theodore skates it in, opens up, skates left, stays in the zone. Now flings it right to no one. It goes off the boards and back to center. McNabb cuts it off. Starts it ahead on the left wing, Marchessault with Barbashev. Marchessault lowers his rear end to try to back his way down toward the corner, but Draisaitl takes the puck away. Got the pass away before McDavid arrives. Oilers ahead on the left wing. Dumped in by Nurse. Around to the near side, Marchessault cut it off before it came to Cody Ceci. Now behind the goal, Barbashev with McNabb. Theodore there as well. Barbashev lifts it towards the line, but it was knocked down. Vegas takes it once more. Theodore shuffles backward. Thought he might pass. Everybody's backing off here. Line change underway with under 10 minutes to go in the first. Right to left comes Carrier through the right circle. Lowers his left shoulder, goes behind a wraparound save. Skinner got there in time. Carrier tried to center it, deflects out high. Whitecloud on the right, to the left for Haig. Ships it off the corner boards. It goes behind. Colasar trying to get position at the back of the net. Now Carrier, he gets knocked down. Vegas with the puck. On the left side, Colasar. From the left wall, looking toward the middle. He goes across to the right for Whitecloud. Straight on into the right circle. Bluger for Whitecloud. A shot tipped wide right. Skinner was going down and to his right. The puck missed the other way. Colasar deep on the right side. Stick check by Ekholm. Bluger fighting for position. His stick held by Bouchard. Play continues. Up the wall. Stays in for Whitecloud. To the left for Haig. Nick banks it into the left corner. It hugs the yellow kick plate. Sent around the rim. Bluger cuts it off. Bluger to the right circle. Lost in the circle by Howden. And it's cleared out by the Oilers. And Howden was cross-checked by Costin as Costin was going to the bench. Knights back ahead. Howden from Haig. Drop pass in front. Nobody home. Bayarne took it away from the slot. Clears it out. Martinez back. Using the wall. Got it to Stone. Tucks it along towards Stevenson, but it went behind him. Oilers count back in. Centering pass from Kane intercepted. Then the Knights lose it. Stevenson lost it to McDavid. It goes behind the Vegas net. Under 8 minutes to go first period. Edmonton 2, Vegas 1 in Game 6. Puck comes out high. Bayarne banks it behind. Off the back of the goal. Howden got a hit from McDavid, but he did poke the puck along the wall. It goes to the neutral zone. Oilers try to come back in. They're way offside. That could have been an intentional offside.
I know what the fans are booing about.
I think they are releasing their pent-up angst for penalty calls that have not come.
Yeah, well, could be a couple against them right now from my perspective.
No penalties have been called in the game, and While the Knights are trailing 2-1, that is not unfamiliar territory. They have come back to win when trailing a couple of times in this series. We'll be right back. Presented by Dollar Loan Center. You're listening to the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
T-Mobile keeps you connected to your Vegas Golden Knights. Whether you're cheering for your favorite player at the Fortress or watching highlights in the air with in-flight Wi-Fi on us, get coverage beyond the expected. T-Mobile keeps you connected to the hat tricks, dirty dangles, and barn burners this season. Switch to T-Mobile now and stay connected to the Knights all season long. Go, Knights, go!
Coverage not available in some areas. Select U.S. airline in-flight Wi-Fi and international roaming are available, included in qualifying plans. See T-Mobile.com/travel.
Listen up! Your share at winning over $500,000 in free fuel and products is just a tap away with the Terrible Social House app. Yes! With a qualifying purchase at the pump or in-store, you can shop, spin, and win directly on your phone. Win free products that you can redeem instantly in-store, or if you're feeling lucky, you could land on free fuel towards your next fill-up. Shop, spin, and win. Download and play today. Terribles. Deliberately different since 1959. Go to terribles.com for more details.
UMC, your hometown hospital since 1931, is proud to partner with our hometown team, the Vegas Golden Knights. As the team's exclusive hospital provider, we stand ringside, ready to keep our Golden Knights in top shape, just as we stand by our community with the highest level of care in the state. It's UMC's commitment to excellence for everyone in our hometown. Visit us online at umcsn.com.
Back to more Vegas Golden Knights Stanley Cup playoff action with Dan Duva and Gary Rollins.
Knights trail the Oilers 2-1. Riley Smith, his second in as many games, second of the playoffs, 24 seconds in. McDavid answered 31 seconds later from Kulak and Kane. And then Warren Fogle at 2:43 from Derek Ryan and Ryan McLeod. Action resumes from the neutral zone draw. Vegas tried to dump it in, but it's an icing whistle. 7 minutes, 36 seconds to go in the first. Oilers on top 2-1, facing elimination in Game 6. They're outshooting the Knights 9-6 so far. No penalties against either side just yet. Face off in the left circle. It's McLeod, set to take the draw with Nicholas Waugh, who won 7 out of 12 last game. Nick wins it, finds the puck himself, slides it ahead, but under Carlson's stick. It goes through center, cut off by Desharnais. Dumped back in by the Oilers. Around the rim, Theodore tries to track it down. McNabb goes over to help. A little bump on McLeod. Puck comes out high. Kulak drive, tipped in front, and then blocked by McNabb. Carlson starts it along with Waugh, left side of center. Will dumps it in. Everybody changing for the Knights. On come Martinez, Pietrangelo, Barbashev, Marchessault, and Eichel. Oilers behind their own goal. Desharnais dropped it off. And now out through center, Draisaitl. Cut off in the neutral zone. In comes Jack Eichel. Cuts to the middle. Drops it back. Barbashev to Marchessault for a shot saved by Skinner. Marchessault feeds right. Pietrangelo's shot blocked by Draisaitl. Barbashev and Marchessault go to it on the right. It's a loose puck that slides ahead, and the Oilers come out with it 2-on-2 through center. The back checker, Marchessault, takes it away and slings it through neutral ice. Edmonton back ahead on the right side. Ceci for Draisaitl at the right half wall. Draisaitl looks in front, put it all the way through the seam. Off the wall, Nurse drive blocked, and it goes out of the zone. Barbashev striding after it. Bluger appears injured after blocking that shot. He hampers his way to the bench and goes over the railing head first. And he is going to hobble his way behind the bench. Play is in the night zone. Kolasar played it across. Handled there by Nicholas Hague. Look at deflected clearing pass sails near the benches.
Yamamoto got a stick on Hague's clearing effort just as it came to him. Fans are wondering if it's delay a game. It's not. It looks like Bluger did go down the tunnel, Dan. I can't tell. I think he did.
He went head first over the railing. Yeah. There's no door that was open. They just wanted to get off the ice. We have a timeout. 5:58 to go in the first. Presented by Dollar Loan Center. This is the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the rewards program that loves it when you
date night. Bet the perfect parlay. Lounge poolside. Ooh, shiatsu. Mono service. Yeah, hit me. Shop till you drop. And then some. Earn and redeem on countless amazing experiences at MGM Resorts. This is MGM Rewards. Why be a guest when you can be a member? Visit MGMRewards.com for more. Earning and redemption limitations may apply to certain purchases in certain states.
UMC, your hometown hospital since 1931, is proud to partner with our hometown team, the Vegas Golden Knights. As the team's exclusive hospital provider, we stand ringside, ready to keep our Golden Knights in top shape, just as we stand by our community with the highest level of care in the state. It's UMC's commitment to excellence for everyone in our hometown. Visit us online at umcsn.com.
With PowerShift by NV Energy, you have the power to reduce energy bills 10 to 25%. Whether that's free smart thermostat installations, free energy assessments, or free appliance upgrades for eligible customers, you have the power to save at your home or your business. Make a powerful change today and save for future generations. Make your power move at nvenergy.com/powershift.
Back to more Vegas Golden Knights Stanley Cup playoff action with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
Welcome back. Oilers win a left circle draw. Slap shot left point. Saved by Hill. Rebound left goal line for Derek Ryan. Cut off by Haig. Over to the far side for Will Karlsson. Could not clear it. Reaches into a pass. Knocks it away. Smith tries to knock down the puck. Could not. Oilers send it around behind the Vegas goal. Haig drops it off to Whitecloud. Behind his own net. Haig needs some puck support. Using the near wall for Nicholas Watt. Trying to get it up the wall. Cut off. Ends up in front, but Whitecloud is there. And out to the neutral zone. Smith in front of his bench. Karlsson with a hip check. Knocked Ekholm to the ice. Smith comes ahead. Tried to navigate through a few Oilers. Lost the puck. Vogel sends it in. Bounces on net. Hill secures it to his chest for the whistle.
The Golden Knights had such success in Game 3. Dumping the puck in, that all of their zone entries early were dumped in. This is another example. First of all, they have a number of chances to get it up ice. They're looking for that bump pass so they can get a little bit of pace through the neutral zone. Edmonton's taking it away, but then when they did get the red line, Smith failed to dump it in. He went east-west instead of north-south, and now you got a defensive zone draw again.
We did see Teddy Bluger come back on the ice. He had gone down the tunnel prior to that media timeout. He reemerged, took a stroll around the ice, appears good to go. 5:15 left in the first. Edmonton leads 2-1. Puck comes out in front. A save by Hill. A loose puck. He got it with his left toe. He loses his stick. It is retrieved by Martinez. He hands it to Hill. Plays along the boards on the right side. Carried behind by Hyman. Around to the far boards. Turning and shooting or passing. It was deflected. It comes to the line, but stays in. Down through the right wall. Rimmed from the corner out to the left wing side. Darnell Nurse is there. Put it behind the Vegas goal. Clockwise, CC pinches in. Puck poked through Martinez. It's McDavid trying to center, knocked aside by Barbashev. Pietrangelo double-teamed for the puck in the far corner. Oilers get it, fight for the puck. Eichel loses his stick. It's out in front, a shot. Oh, and a kick save by Hill. Barbashev on the puck. He slides it ahead. Beyond the reach of Pietrangelo. Oilers send it back in. Still a stray stick in the slot. Martinez pulls it away. Off to Pietrangelo. Crowds booing when Pietrangelo touches the puck. Stevenson charges left side. Around behind. He dropped it in front. Missing Stone. It was deflected. McNabb on the high left. Flings it across. Misses Howden. Tried to tip it in front. It's on the right boards. Now foisted to the neutral zone. Lead pass toward Draisaitl. Cut off by McNabb. Between the benches in the neutral zone. Oilers take it back. Bouncing puck gets through Theodore. Yamamoto closing in. Stopped. It's a loose puck. Bang it away. And chipped to the near side by the Knights. Cannot clear. Desharnais rims it around. Counterclockwise. Vegas on it. Howden tripped up. McNabb on the puck. Backhands it to the neutral zone. Played waist high with his stick by an Oiler. Found instead by the Knights. Stone works in. On the left wall, he is checked off. Puck stays in for Theodore. To the right for Nick Hague. A wrist shot through the slot untouched. To the left wall, it comes out of the zone. 3:25 to go, first period. Oilers 2, Vegas 1.
Shots are 14-7 right now. Oilers really pushing for that third goal and a 2-goal margin.
From center, Haig rims it in. Around the rim, clockwise, Kolasar was tied up, could not get the puck. Oilers send it the other way. In on the right wing side. Nicholas Haig defends. Puck comes up the wall. Fighting for it at the blue line. Bouchard could not hold it in. It's an offside play. Gary, the Knights are using their fourth line quite a bit.
Yeah, Bluger finished the other night with right around 6 minutes. He's up to 3:58 already here in the first period. And you get that Bruce Cassidy knows his one edge right now is depth. Aiden Hill. They just showed a replay, Dan. He gets that left leg out, makes the first stop on Kane, and then uses the skate blade to push the puck off the goal line out of danger. Wow.
Time on ice leader for the Knights right now, Alec Martinez at 6:59. Knights win a neutral zone faceoff. They go right to left. Smith tried to gather the puck into the zone. He lost it at the line. Waugh gathers, works laterally left, reverses it to the right wall. Whitecloud banks it behind. Ends up on the weak side left. Only Oilers are there. Derek Ryan clears the zone. Haig cuts it off. Back to his own blue line with Whitecloud. Haig again, back to the right for Whitecloud. Scampers across the blue, flips it in right corner. Whitecloud gives chase, takes Ekholm to the wall. Smith tried to center on the backhand, it was blocked. And the bouncing puck goes to the neutral zone. Carlson plays backward to Martinez. Whitecloud, hampered by Ryan as he curls back to his own end. Turns up ice from the red line, shoots it deep left corner. Around the rim, Eichel to the puck. Eichel in the right corner, pressured by Ceci. Eichel comes up the right wing boards. Eichel out to the blue, banks it along to Marchessault from the top of the circle. Works around McDavid. Connor forced Marchessault to the corner. Passes behind Pietrangelo, shooting! Snatched by Stuart Skinner. That was sent towards the net from the left wall. Skinner reached out with the glove on his left hand and secured it for the whistle. 2 minutes to go in the period.
Fans don't know what to do. They're booing Pietrangelo when he has the puck, and then when he shoots it and Skinner makes the save, they cheer Stu. So you're getting boo, Stu, Stu, boo, boo, Stu.
Pietrangelo and Nurse, top defenseman for each club, suspended for Game 5. Separate incidents, but the symmetry, missing top defenseman for each club. Different kinds of players. Obviously, the Knights withstood the absence of Pietrangelo better than the Oilers withstood the absence of Nurse. Vegas on the left side, Marchessault. Centering pass intended for Barbashev, knocked out. It goes off the back of the goal. Would have been a hand pass had it gone off one of the Knights next. Now it's sent to the line. Gloved by Pietrangelo. Another would-be hand pass, but Edmonton controls next. Knights back off. Go for a change. With 90 seconds to go, first period. Edmonton leads 2-1. Draisaitl feeds the slot from the left. The centering pass. Yamamoto could not finish. Looked like it went off his stick in the blue ice. Vegas clears the zone. Stevenson across to the right wing. It misses Howden and goes all the way down. Oilers back behind their own goal. A steal. Stone to the middle. Stevenson fumbling the puck. Stevenson back to the left point for McNabb. He shoots. Knocked down in front. Up the slot. Stevenson charging in. Stone sticks it away. Oilers get it though. And out to center on the right wing side. Draisaitl plays it in. With a minute to go in the period. Kane for Draisaitl, curling away on the right wall. Feeds the slot. Off an Oilers skate. Kane swings and misses at a loose puck. Heads up on the near boards right wing. Bouchard keeps the zone. Flings it into the right corner. McNabb is there. Couple of Oilers as well. Edmonton controls. 40 left in the period. Rink wide to McDavid. He manages to reach to keep it in. Ekholm sends the puck low. Theodore cuts it off. Backhands it through center. Down to 33 seconds to go, first period. Edmonton counters again. And an entry pass is wide of everybody. It's an icing.
Bruce Cassidy was asked a little while ago about, trying to, maybe it wasn't Bruce, who talked about, Dan, was lasting the first 7 minutes, sort of hanging on until the first media timeout. One of the Golden Knights.
Well, if you go all the way back to the previous series, Nate Schmidt had told us about how if you can get to the first media timeout, it's an accomplishment.
Yes, but the reverse side of it was, someone from the Golden Knights said,
Bruce Cassidy pushed back on that.
We don't want to wait. We don't want to withstand. We'd be wasting 7 minutes.
Right.
I have a point on this.
Knights win the left circle faceoff. Martinez to Pietrangelo. Plays it right corner for Smith, who scored the Knights goal 24 seconds into the game. On the right side, Smith gets the puck from Watt on the right wing. Smith coming up the boards. Pressure by Bouchard. Carlson joins in. He's knocked over from his knees. Backhands it back around behind. 5 seconds left in the period. On the right wall. Oilers can't clear it, but the clock will run out. First period concludes. Edmonton 2, Vegas 1. After the Knights scored the first goal, Oilers got 2. First time in the series that the Knights have scored first. But the Oilers take a 2-1 lead to the intermission, just as they had in Game 5.
In a elimination game, when, especially with the way this series has been back and forth, for Vegas to get through the first period and only trail by a goal. I know they scored first, but you knew Edmonton was going to come at, they were going to have that desperation, that urgency early. Vegas has withstood that, and now, the first period, everything's different after this intermission.
The Knights in the series, when trailing after 1, have come back to win once out of 3 times. Again, it's 2-1 Oilers after 1. By the way, no penalties in that opening period for the first time in the series. Let's head downstairs now and welcome William Carrier to the broadcast. Hi, Will. Dan and Gary in the booth. What did you think of the first period?
Yeah, we got to bounce back a little bit. Their D-zone here are a little loose here. They're getting grade A's. Good through Hillsy, keep the game tight. So we got to just play better defensively, and I think offensively, once we get in their zone, we're pretty good. Just got to maintain puck on low.
Will, puck management, when you won in this building in Game 3, the guys just dumped the puck in all night. You have been a little bit reluctant to do that so far. Is that something you'd like to get to?
Yeah, we're turning pucks over here, trying to make plays, trying to get too cute here. We won't win it in the first period here, so just put some puck deep, keep the games pretty tight, and get our bouncing in the third.
You personally, Will, haven't scored since your return, but you're getting better and better each game. I know you stayed out long today. What do you need to do to put the puck in the net?
Yeah, it's tough when you get out with an injury and 2 months out. So it's tough to get our game right back in the playoff. The intensity is so high. So my game is slowly getting better here. We're just trying to be a +1 line, and obviously playing here with Teddy and Foley are the same mentality.
And how about Teddy, Will, getting back in the lineup after not playing for a month?
Yeah, it's tough, right? It's injury or not playing. It's really tough to get right back, and especially in playoff. And he's, he had a couple of good blocks. He's playing well. He's a great hockey player. He could score goal and be really safe defensively.
Will, thanks.
Thank you.
Well, Carrier, who is playing today, his 7th game of this postseason, 63rd in his career. Teddy Bluger had not played since the regular season finale against the Kraken. He's now played consecutive games. Today, his 20th career Stanley Cup playoffs game. The first 18 came with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Also, some Calder Cup playoff action his few years in the American League with the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Penguins, Pittsburgh's American League club. And then 4 years, couple of conference championships at Mankato during Teddy Bluger's collegiate years. As we talked about the other day with Nick Watt, no matter the level, that postseason experience really adds up, really counts when it comes to crunch time in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Again, the score after 1, Oilers 2, Knights 1. As we go to the first intermission, we invite you to stick around and listen to Ryan Wallace wishing Happy Mother's Day. If you forgot to call Mom, there's still time. There's still time. Call her now. Presented by Dollar Loan Center, you're listening to the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Dollar Loan Center has done it again. Getting a signature loan up to $5,000 is even faster with instant funding. And if that's not enough, how about a free loan? 1 week free interest on all new loans, no fees to apply, and complimentary instant funding. Walk out of one of our over 50 locations with cash, or you don't even have to come into a store. Just apply and get funded online for free at don'tbebroke.com. No checking account or collateral is ever needed at the DLC. We even give you over a year to pay it back, or you can pay it off early and save big. Apply at don'tbebroke.com. Give us a call or find a Dollar Loan Center near you. And remember, at DLC, your first loan is free in 2023.
Reload means if you pay after loan of 1 week or less, the interest is free. You are still required to repay the principal amount. Licensed by the Data Financial Institutions Division. Customer must meet the normal loan qualifications. To review loan qualifications, visit us at don'tbebroke.com. Certain limitations may apply. Loans are subject to approval.
STN Sports is the only sports betting app you need this season. STN Sports has it all. In-play betting, mobile parlay cards, the Play Plus card to fund and withdraw from anywhere in Nevada, and a $50 new sign-up bonus. STN Sports even lets you earn rewards for every bet. Safe and easy betting from your phone or tablet. Go to stationcasinosports.com or sign up at any Station Casino or Wildfire. Details available at all sports books.
Jack Daniels has always made whiskey, and if they have it their way, they always will. But there's one thing Jack can't make more of: moments. Those are on us to create. You see, hockey fans, we only get one shot at this thing called life. So let's make sure we're making the most of every moment, whether it's showing up for our team or sipping a glass of Jack while cheering at the radio. Don't let a single moment go to waste. Make it count. Jack Daniels.
Tennessee whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Jack Daniel Distillery, Lynchburg, Tennessee. Jack Daniels and Old Number 7 are registered trademarks. Copyright 2022 Jack Daniels. All rights reserved.
The playoffs are here, and Golden Knights fans can discover why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. Download the BetMGM app today and make every playoff game mean more than ever. Go for the goal with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the NHL and the Vegas Golden Knights.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly and offer resources to help you make appropriate choices. BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 plus to wager. Nevada only. Please gamble responsibly. For help, please call 1-800-522-4700. MGMResorts.com/GameSense.
I'm John, a volunteer at United Way. Now, I'm here at Lincoln Elementary School to find out what this place needs. Who knows better about what kids need than kids, right? Let's ask them.
Monsters! Lasers! A pool! Another guinea pig! More lasers! Sprinkles!
I was thinking more spinach at lunchtime and maybe more exercise.
Nah. Lasers are cool.
When it comes to creating healthier communities, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to UnitedWay.org, because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Now here's Ryan Wallace with the Intermission Report on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Don't miss a moment at the Fortress by getting your full season membership for the 2023-24 Vegas Golden Knights season. Season tickets guaranteed, the same seats at every game at T-Mobile Arena and at the best prices available, plus priority access to Stanley Cup playoff tickets and 2024 Winter Classic tickets. Visit VegasGoldenKnights.com for details. It's the Intermission Report. The Golden Knights trailed the Edmonton Oilers 2-1 after the first period of play. Taking a look at the highlights in that first period for the first time in this series. The Golden Knights opened the scoring as Riley Smith got in on the board just 24 seconds into the game.
Now a centering pass and they score! Riley Smith right on it in the slot. And for the first time in this series, the Golden Knights have scored the game's first goal.
Riley Smith unassisted, his second of the postseason. 24 seconds into the first period made it 1-0 Vegas. However, Connor McDavid answered just 31 seconds later, beating Aiden Hill far side to tie the game.
Oilers across the line. Right wing McDavid. He shoots. He scores! McDavid sneaks it long side on Aiden Hill. Lefty from the right dot. McDavid ties it 1-1. 2 goals combined in the opening minute of Game 6.
Connor McDavid's 8th of the postseason from Brett Kulak and Evander Kane 55 seconds into the first period tied the game at 1. Then the Oilers would take the lead as Warren Foegele chipped in a chance from the slot.
Foegele dumps it in after getting stood up by Smith in the neutral zone. Theodore and McNabb coming back. A centering pass. Score! Foegele crashing from the left side. 2 shots, 2 goals for the Oilers, and they have the lead 2-1.
Warren Foegele's second of the postseason from Derek Ryan and Ryan McLeod. 2:43 the first period made it 2-1 Edmonton. And then later on, as both teams started to settle in, Aiden Hill had to come up with a big-time kick save to keep this a 1-goal deficit.
Pietrangelo double teamed for the puck in the far corner. Oilers get it, fight for the puck. Eichel loses his stick. It's out in front, a shot. Oh, and a kick save by Hill. Barbashev on the puck. He slides it ahead.
So even though it did not start particularly well for Aiden Hill, I thought he settled in quite well toward the midway point of the period and was a big reason why the Golden Knights go into this intermission just down 1 goal. I think if you look at kind of overall the chances, the Edmonton Oilers had a lot of zone time. They made a lot of plays to get the puck in tight into the inside, and Aiden Hill had to come up with some big-time saves. Now, for the Golden Knights, there's certainly some areas where they can improve in the game. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But overall, I thought once everything kind of settled down after the hoopla in the first 3 minutes of the game, both teams had some good looks the rest of the way. Out-of-town scores are presented by Betfred. Visit Betfred at Mohegan Sun Sportsbook inside the Virgin Hotel. No other games in the NHL tonight. However, the Dallas Stars and the Seattle Kraken will face off tomorrow night in Game 7. Winner punches their ticket to the Western Conference Final. And here, the Golden Knights trail the Edmonton Oilers 2-1 after the first period of play. It's Game 6, and if the Golden Knights win, they'll punch their ticket to the Western Conference Final. If the Edmonton Oilers stave off elimination, Game 7 will go on Tuesday night at T-Mobile Arena. We're back with more on the Intermission Report, presented by Dollar Loan Center. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Hi, I'm attorney Adam Kuttner. I grew up playing hockey. To win in hockey, you have to be aggressive, you have to work hard, and you have to have a great team. And it's no different when I'm representing my clients in their personal injury cases. My team and I work hard to get you the maximum settlement as quickly as possible, because winning is everything.
If you've been injured in an accident, ask attorney Adam Kuttner, 702-382-0000. That's 382-0000.
With Power Shift by NV Energy, you have the power to reduce energy bills 10 to 25%. Whether that's free smart thermostat installations, free energy assessments, or free appliance upgrades for eligible customers, you have the power to save at your home or your business. Make a powerful change today and save for future generations. Make your power move at nvenergy.com/powershift.
Hi, I'm David Wise, 3-time Olympic medalist and proud Nevadan. I'm a registered donor. Did you know that more than 100,000 people in America are waiting on a life-saving transplant? I support Nevada Donor Network's efforts to raise awareness on organ, eye, and tissue donation. One heroic donor can save and heal up to 75 lives. Everyone has the power to be someone's hero. Join us at wearenevadans.org.
Farhan Naqvi with Naqvi Injury Law. Imagine you've been injured in an accident. Now, do you want an assembly line law firm that treats you like a number and settles early for easy money? Hell no. You want an attorney who does everything in his power to translate knowledge and experience into big bucks in your pocket. Call me now for a free consultation at 702-INJURED.
If you've been hurt, Naqvi is the word. Call 702-INJURED.
It's almost time for the second period, but first, here's Ryan Wallace with the intermission wrap-up on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
When the Golden Knights win, you win. Get 31% off menu price pizzas at Pizza Hut the day after every VGK victory using the code VGKWINS on pizzahut.com. It's the intermission report. The Golden Knights trail the Edmonton Oilers 2-1 after the first period of play. Stats of the period are presented by the UPS Store, your locally owned print and business services center. Shots 14-7 in favor of the Oilers. Shot attempts 26-18 in favor of Edmonton. Hits 26-10 in favor of Edmonton. The Golden Knights with 5 giveaways, no takeaways, and 9 block shots. Edmonton 7 giveaways, 3 takeaways, and 9 block shots. But perhaps the most important stat coming out of period number 1, 0 power play chances on either side. No penalties taken in the first period, and that does benefit the Vegas Golden Knights. As we've talked about throughout the entirety of this postseason, regular season, this series specifically, the Edmonton Oilers power play has been absolutely lethal. For the Golden Knights to get through 20 minutes without taking a penalty is a very good thing. It would appear the referees, at least through 20 minutes, are allowing the teams to play, letting both Vegas and Edmonton decide how this one's going to end. You can like it, you can hate it, doesn't really matter. That's what it's been through 20 minutes. That's what the standard should be the rest of the way, and that's really what everyone's going to be looking for, right? Consistency from period to period, shift to shift. That's what you need if you're the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, as you could see, just based on the shot attempts, the Edmonton Oilers had the puck quite a bit there in the first period. And for the Golden Knights, you've got to find a way to stem the tide and push things back into your direction. As Gary Lawless pointed out a couple of times, there's been an unwillingness from the Vegas Golden Knights to chip pucks into the zone and get plays and pucks behind the defense of the Edmonton Oilers. Vegas is looking to make plays at the offensive blue line. You understand why you want to do that. Certainly, you've got to find a way to make plays, but you've also got to be committed to getting in on your forecheck and making a difference that way. I think for the Golden Knights, when they have played at their best in this series, they have chipped pucks in, they have gone and utilized their forecheck to create havoc down low, they have forced confusion on the defense of the Edmonton Oilers, and then they have turned that into goals. And I think for the Golden Knights, there's got to be a shift going into this period to really commit to putting pucks behind the defense of the Oilers and making them come 200 feet, or getting in, causing some havoc, and finding a way to really tilt the scales for the Golden Knights. You've got to have more offensive zone time. You've got to utilize your forecheck a little bit better than the Golden Knights did in period number 1, and you've got to find that next goal in this game. It's going to be vitally, vitally important. Second period action's coming up next. Dan and Gary, they've got the call. Presented by Dollar Loan Center. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Stay up to date with the latest from the NHL and the Vegas Golden Knights here on Fox Sports Las Vegas, 98.9 FM and 1340 AM KKGK Las Vegas.
Bet like the pros with Circa Sports, the official jersey sponsor of the Vegas Golden Knights. Get all the benefits of the world's largest sportsbook right at your fingertips with the Circa Sports app. Experience the highest betting limits, lowest hold percentage, and the best customer service. Download your new bookie today and bet like a pro from anywhere in Nevada. CircaSports.com, the official jersey sponsor of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Everything's so expensive. Gas, food, rent, everything. We get it, and we're here to help. So how about a free loan? You heard it right. Dollar Loan Center is celebrating our 25th anniversary all year and offering free loans to any new customer. No application fees, no prepayment penalties, and a full week worth of free interest. You can get up to $5,000 in minutes, and the first week is on us. Borrow $500 and pay back $500 after 1 week. Same with $1,000, even $5,000. No interest, no fees. And after your free week, you only pay interest for the time you have the loan out. Apply at don'tbebroke.com. Give us a call or find a Dollar Loan Center near you. And remember, at DLC, your first loan is free in 2023.
Reload means if you pay after loan 1 week or less, the interest is free. You are still required to repay the principal amount. Licensed by the Nevada Financial Institutions Division. Customer must meet minimum loan qualifications. To review loan qualifications, visit don'tbebroke.com. Certain limitations may apply. Loans are subject to approval.
With the Smith's app, shopping online with pickup and delivery is the same as shopping in-store. Same low prices, same personalized deals, same rewards on the same high-quality items like Honeycrisp apples and pasta sauce with no hidden fees or markups. It's one small click for groceries, one big win for busy families everywhere. Start your cart today at smithsfoodanddrug.com. Smith's, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Silver State Schools Credit Union opened its first branch in the Las Vegas community 70 years ago. We're proud to say that for the last 70 years, we've been committed to our members and making their financial dreams a reality.
People over profit, Silver State Schools Credit Union.
Become a member today and have a financial partner for life.
By Member's Choice, this institution is not federally insured. Shares insured up to $250,000 by ASI. Full details at silverstatecu.com.
Back to the Knights versus the Oilers in their Stanley Cup playoff series on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network with Dan Duba and Gary Lawless.
I'm up ringside at Rogers Place in Edmonton. Golden Knights trail the Oilers 2-1 in Game 6. A Knights victory means the series is over. A Knights loss means Game 7 back in Vegas on Tuesday. Knights scored first for the first time in this series and just the second time in the playoffs. Third time in the playoffs overall. 2 previous times they won, but they trail here 2-1 as we hit the second period.
Vander Kane is talking to Keegan Colasar in a manner which Dan O'Rourke just skated up between the two of them and said, slow down, Evander. Keep an eye on that.
Underway in the second. Oilers get it in. They skate right to left in the middle front, wearing blue with orange numbers and white trim. Knights in white, steel gray numbers, gold and red trim. Around it goes to the far side, then reverse back to the near side, left wing for Edmonton. Colasar lands a check. Ekholm gets a shot away. That's off the side of the net. Oilers gather down low. Hyman run into. Hacks up the wall. McDavid bumped, but he managed to keep the zone. Lost the puck. Pietrangelo ahead. On the right side, Vegas gains the line with Teddy Bluger. Bluger put it behind the net. Knights in the midst of a change. Offensive zone possession. Nick Wasline coming on. Waugh, Carlson, and Smith. Oilers send it down. Fluttering puck, it'll come near the goal. Haig grabs it just in front of the blue ice. Now to Whitecloud, up the right side of the neutral zone. Cut off at center by McLeod. McLeod with a couple of takeaways and a game-high 3 shots on goal in the opening period. Brought ahead. Fogle sends it in. I think I misspoke. Fogle had a couple of takeaways and a game-high 3 shots, including a goal, his second of the playoffs. It is Fogle with McLeod and Ryan. That is the third line for the Oilers. Line start of the game. Haig sends it up the right side. It gets through the neutral zone. Oilers pull it back to their half of the ice. 90 seconds into the second period. Haig cuts off a dump in. Across to Whitecloud. Forward pass Barbashev. Ivan spun around by Kulak. Puck into the right corner. McDavid and make a Jack Eichel escaping Draisaitl. Around to the centering pass. Marchessault couldn't find it in the skates, and eventually Skinner covers it up.
Draisaitl had to close on Marchessault right in front of the net. Jonathan's been around it, Dan. Had a ton of chances. The last game, 3 assists. He's already had a good start to this one. This line's been excellent.
Had 5 shots on goal to go with those 3 assists last game. Riley Smith also had 5 shots. And, of course, one of them went into the goal for his first goal of the playoffs. And he's got his second goal of the playoffs here today. Oilers win a D-zone draw. They go right to left. Breakout pass cut off by Eichel. He goes down the left boards. Sends it across Barbashev just too far out in front of the lefty. But off the heel of his stick as he tried to tip it toward the goal. Oilers come in. Draisaitl tried to center, intercepted by Theodore. Using the wall, Marchessault. They head to Barbashev. Backwards, Marchessault. Rink wide, Eichel across the line. Eichel right dot, he shoots. Deflected high by Nurse. Out of play.
Jack tried to change the position from where the puck was going to come off his stick, and Nurse is so long. He's listed at 6'4", but I think he's at least 6'5". He's able to get that stick out there and interfere it. It's been fascinating to watch Louis Lebrecht, the excellent color analyst for the Oilers. Louis fought when he played in the NHL. He's been bouncing back and forth, asking Haig questions about the fight, asking Nurse questions about the fight.
It was fun to hear Nick talk about the scrap with Darnell Nurse this morning. Also to talk about the goal. Not a Hager bomb, but a knuckler. And Louis was saying, we used to practice that. Oilers sent it down, and icing waved off. The rush by Hyman beating Martinez. Hyman centering pass blocked by Stevenson. Pietrangelo tripped up, pops up, gets the puck, rims it around. Left point kept in by Ekholm. He rims it the other way, all the way to the right point. Bouchard sends it through the slot untouched. Stone gathers, fires out to center, cut off by Ekholm. Center logo. Forward pass blocked off of Stone. It comes in anyway. Rink wide pass left from Kane. His pass gets blocked. It goes behind the goal. Oilers on the right wing. Out high for a wrist shot, blocked by Pietrangelo. It goes the other way. Stevenson, 2-on-1. On the left, Stevenson, centered, gloved by Skinner, and he holds on. Chandler got too deep by the time he got to the goal line. He tried to put it in front to Howden, but he had 2 players. The back checker got into the passing lane as well.
The puck hit a run or something and popped off of his stick, and that he was just about to pass it, and then he couldn't. He goes to bends on his haunches at the end of all of that, sort of like, darn, I had a chance.
Yeah, the rut you're talking about, Gary, was top of the left circle, and he didn't make the pass until he got the bottom of the left circle by the time he recovered. And as I said, 2 players were in the passing lane by that time, Bouchard, and also the back checker, I think was Hyman. Left circle draw now for the Knights. Carlson wins it. He's 5 for 5. Puck to the right. Whitecloud mishandles. He'll be forced to hack it down the boards. Goes behind the net. Carlson in pursuit. Shoves his man off the puck. William gets it. Opposite corner now to Smith. Put it on goal. Save. Rebound in front of shot. Another save. Skinner on the backhand try from Carlson. Now Nick Watt in the trapezoid. Steps away from Desharnais. Faking back and forth. Now to the left corner. Nick Watt comes up the wall. Turns in the circle. Out high for Haig. To the right for Whitecloud. Off his skate. He's got to rim it behind. Now Smith, center to Carlson. Watt can't find it in the skates. Smith reaches in, put out to the line. Whitecloud chips it back down the boards from the right wall. Return out high. Whitecloud shot, stick save. Rebound bounces up the slot. Oilers get it and clear it onto their own bench. Out of play. Vegas will get an offensive zone draw because of that clear that went out of play.
Vegas, the shots were 15-7 before that flurry. I think Vegas had 3. They only give them 2 shots on the score clock. That doesn't really matter. What matters is Vegas has not had enough shot volume on Skinner in this game, and that shift and the start this period, they're starting to get it going. Shots are 3-1 so far in the period for Vegas.
Right. They added that third one now, so that's 10.
Yep.
3 in this period. Oilers have none. Vegas wins the faceoff on the right. It is Theodore to send it down behind. Eichel put it up the slot. Oilers grab it there before it got to Theodore. 2-on-2 through center on the left. Yamamoto stood up by McNabb. Theodore to the puck near corner. 2 Oilers, 2 Knights. Now it's behind. Here's Nugent-Hopkins centering. Went off Draisaitl's backhand wide of the cage. Vegas picks it up. Here is McNabb. Forward to Marchessault. Across the line on the right. Works his way. Passes left. And Eichel with Theodore close quarters. Jack decided not to shoot, not to pass. Shea was ready for a one-timer. Now a left point shot save. Rebound score! His stellar play of late. As you said earlier, Gary, he's been around it. He was around the crease there. Scores from maybe 4 feet away, and the Knights have evened it up 2-2.
And this is getting the puck on the net, and it actually doesn't get to the net. Barbashev, Theodore shoots it. Barbashev tips it. It goes past Skinner. Maybe it touches Skinner, and the rebound goes to Marchessault. I'm not sure yet. No, it just goes straight from Barbashev to Marchessault.
Great eyes, Gary. Great eyes, because it looked like Skinner had made a save. Barbashev put his stick down just in front of the crease as he was defended. So it's a shot from Theodore that gets tipped by Barbashev, slows it down, and it goes to the right side of the crease. Skinner could not react. He was anticipating a shot on goal, but the puck never got to him. Off of Barbashev's stick, right to Marchessault for the goal. Oilers counter the other way. Hit on the left wing side, and Martinez taps it loose to Pietrangelo. Forward to Bluger. Now on the left side wall. Bjugstad tries to keep the play alive. Instead, it goes behind the Vegas net to Martinez. He'll start it along to Pietrangelo in the middle of the slot, his own zone. Fires ahead, tipped in by William Carrier. The fourth line goes off. So it's a 2-2 tie. Marchessault from Barbashev and Eichel at 4:26. I thought it was Theodore who shot it. Wasn't it Shea who shot it? Well, we'll check it out.
I thought it was Theodore.
You had Eichel with Theodore on the high left side. And I thought it was Shea who shot it. We'll see if they update that. In any case, Knights send it in. Bouchard going back. Howden lands a check, steals the puck, hands it off left circle. A shot goes wide. Good look set up. Howden to Stone. Now in the right corner, Howden rims it left. Hay cuts it off, pinching down the wall. Behind the net, it ends up as a free puck right corner. Howden and Stone going to it. Fight for the puck up the boards. Howden reaches in, but ultimately pulled out to the neutral zone. Kane could not get it through Whitecloud, who played it rink wide left. Back in the D zone. It's Stone to play it up to Whitecloud. Gains the red line, pitches it deep. Stevenson pursues. Goes behind the Oilers' goal. Stevenson to Watt, left circle coming from the bench. Watt to the outside left wing. Out high, fakes his way down the boards. Escaping Derek Ryan. Watt floats it to Carlson. A long-distance wrist shot wide. Rebound right goal line for Theodore. Theodore comes to the right side wall. Rims it behind for Watt. Takes the check, keeps the puck. Tries to walk in front, turns, but he's pushed off the puck at the right goal line. Watt gets it back in the right corner. Watt to the right circle, and Smith tries to cut his way through. Back to Watt, he shoots! Tipped high. What impressive puck protection by Watt, and then Smith ultimately getting a shot attempt.
Yeah, this is the best 7 minutes of the game for the Golden Knights. They've taken it over here.
No shots for the Oilers 6.5 minutes into the second period. Marchessault has tied it with his third goal of the playoffs. Each of those three have come in this series. 3 goals, 3 assists in the second round. 13:25 to go, second period. Presented by Dollar Loan Center. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Hey, Chuck, I bet a lot of people don't know that you started Dollar Loan Center right here in Nevada.
True story. Over 20 years ago with just 2 employees in a 400-square-foot office on East Sahara in Vegas. Most people think since there are Dollar Loan Center locations everywhere that we're some big national corporation.
I did.
We're proud to be a Nevada-born company and give back more to our local communities than any alternative lender I know. We've been around for 25 years, and to celebrate, we're offering free loans to any new customer who wants to try us out.
That was Chuck. And to celebrate 25 years in business, he's offering free loans to all new customers. No fee to apply and a week of free interest. We have over 50 locations. Apply over the phone or online at don'tbebroke.com. Don't forget, your first loan is free in 2023 at the DLC.
Free loan means if you pay off your loan in 1 week or less, the interest is free. You are still required to repay the principal amount. Licensed by Nevada Financial Institutions Division. Customer must meet the normal loan qualifications. To review loan qualifications, visit us at don'tbebroke.com. Certain limitations may apply. Loans are subject to approval.
You and Buddy are enjoying your walk when...
Yeah, I smell that too. I know, don't blame it on the dog. I hear that hissing too. Maybe it's a cat.
No, dude. A sulfur-like odor and hissing can be signs of a natural gas leak. Natural gas lines can be buried anywhere. If you suspect a leak, leave immediately and call 911 and Southwest Gas.
Thanks, deep voice narrator.
You're welcome, dude. You too, buddy.
Back to more Vegas Golden Knights Stanley Cup playoff action with Dan Duba and Gary Lawless.
All right, but ringside, here at Rogers Place, Golden Knights have tied it up 2-2. Scored the game's first goal, Smith unassisted, and they haven't now updated the scoring. It is Marchessault from Barbashev and Theodore. After the draw, puck comes to the line. Shea thought he had kept it in. Linesman says no dice. Offside.
The linesman was right. It just saw a little bit of white underneath the puck.
So again, just painting the picture of that last goal. You had Eichel and Theodore going back and forth at the left wall. Eventually, from the left point, Shea shot the puck. Barbashev got a strong piece of it above the crease. Puck never came on goal. It fell flat into an open area at the opposite side of the crease. Marchessault was there. It works as a tip pass. Not a rebound, as I first described it. Marchessault puts it in. Again, Jonathan's third goal from Barbashev and Theodore, who shot it. Shea now with 2 assists in this series. 5 in the playoffs. Neutral zone drop after the Oilers were offside coming in.
Key for Vegas so far, Dan. It's been really simple. The entry zones, they dumped it in, and then they've gone to work beneath the Oilers' goal line.
Eichel wins the neutral zone draw. Backwards to Whitecloud. Cross to the left. Nicholas Hague near the benches. Gains the red, dumps it in. It ends up behind the net. Eichel, first man to it. Left corner, going up the wall. Eichel back down the boards. Draisaitl there. He clears the zone. And it comes through center. Yamamoto on the right. Looks to the middle. Broke it up. Rebound in the slot. Hague couldn't find the bouncing puck, but he retreats to a defensive position near his goaltender rather than chasing the loose puck at the left wall. Draisaitl now controls for Edmonton right side. Down to the goal line. Hague was there to defend. Creates a loose puck. Eichel skates it ahead. Working through center. Off to the left wing. Barbashev. Back to Eichel left circle. Forced behind the goal. Marchessault joins in behind. Marchessault fishing for the puck. It's in the skates of the right goal line. Now pulled loose by Barbashev right wall. Across to the left, Martinez. Slap shot save. Up into the air. Off the post. They score! Crossbar falling to the ice. Jonathan Marchessault. He's got 2 goals from a combined 8 feet away.
Yeah, this is so much of Jack Eichel. He makes a great back check to break up a 2-on-1. He changes it into a 2-on-2. Then he gets in on the forecheck, gets the puck loose, starts the cycle, and then shots on goal. They get one on Skinner, bounces off his shoulder, pops up into the air. Marchessault with his second.
Golden Knights scored 2 goals in the first 8 minutes of the second period. Oilers coming back in. Here's McLeod behind the Vegas net. From the right, he's centered. Out to left, the slap shot wide. Hill might have gotten a piece. Kulak with a big shot left circle. And now it's in the far corner. Fight for the puck at the goal line. Vogel is there. Banks it out high for a shot. Saved by Hill. It got all the way through. Hacking and whacking afterwards. And the Knights defend their goaltender.
It's hard for this line to get ice time. You're playing on a team with McDavid and Draisaitl and Jay Crawford. Woodcroft, he redlines them all the time. McDavid played 25 last game, Draisaitl 24. It's a losing effort. You're trying to come back. But this line for Edmonton, every time they put them out, they create chaos.
Now, I was surprised to see, Gary, that Vogel played less than 10 minutes last game.
He's a good player.
Vogel, McLeod, Ryan. I will say, having seen the Oilers 4 times in the regular season and now 6 times in the playoffs, they have been a meaningful part of this Oilers club. Yeah, but it's hard to put them out there, as you said, when you've got the likes of McDavid and Draisaitl on the top 2 lines.
Well, it takes discipline from a coach. Bruce Cassidy has it.
Knights with the puck at center. Carrier from the logo pitches it in and chases to it. Lands a check on Desharnais, who got there first. From the sidewall, Colasar banks it behind. Beluga races over. He gets there first. Using the wall for McNabb. McNabb chips it back around behind. Forwards going off for the Knights. Oilers on the breakout. Here's Evander Kane. Up to the logo, gets through Stone. Across the line, going right wall. 3 Knights going after him. Check knocks the puck away from King. Theodore takes it behind the net. Can't clear it. Shot from the right point. Save. Hill holds on.
All of a sudden, Aiden Hill settled in real nice. Shots on goal are now 16-13 as the Golden Knights have climbed back in to that area of the game.
Yeah, they just added that last one from Bouchard, so that's 17. Yeah. And in this period, that gives them 2. Golden Knights had 7 in the first period. Now they have 6 in the second. Oilers had 15 in the first period. Now they've got 2 in the middle frame. And as you said, Gary, they have been handled by Hill rather comfortably. Oilers win the draw. Bouchard out at the right point. Uses the right wall to slide it behind. Martinez reaching for the puck. He was tripped up. Yamamoto got it in front. Bouncing puck corralled by Pietrangelo. Chipped it to the far wall. Bouchard reaches in. Pokes to the Yamamoto. Into the circle. Another great stick by Stone. Pitched down by the Knights. Stevenson looking for Stone, skating out. Instead, it goes the other way for the Oilers. Closing in right wing side. 3 players. To the left, Ekholm. Shooting. Blocked. Ends up bottom of the circle. Pietrangelo reaches in. Pulls it away from Nugent Hopkins. At the left wall. Out high, Ekholm. To the right, Bouchard. He shoots. Broken up by Pietrangelo. That was really a pass intended for Yamamoto at the left goal line. Down to the line. Draisaitl shooting. Save. Held down with his right pad. Yamamoto from the left corner. Tried to pass it behind. It's intercepted by Martinez. From the far corner, he lifts it out to the neutral zone. Nearing the halfway mark of the second period. Golden Knights leading 3-2 in Game 6. Vegas led 1-0. Trailed 2-1, but now on top again 3-2. Riley Smith, the first goal. Jonathan Marchessault, the last 2. Near side of center, it's Marchessault. He backhands it in from the right wing. Behind the goal for Skinner. Around to the left side. Eichel steps in, but the Oilers break through. Clear the zone. Hobson skids down. No icing. Haig is back. It'll go behind the net. Whitecloud gets position so Barbashev can play the puck. Spikes it off the near glass. It goes to center. Eichel didn't see it. Went off of Eichel. Oilers back in onside from the right wing. A shot. Save. Ryan put it on goal from the right circle.
Edmonton stepping on the gas a little bit here, Danny. That one hit Eichel right in the middle of his back.
Yeah, he was off to the races. The breakout pass had a little bit more loft and not too much velocity, so it didn't go as far as maybe Jack would have expected. Timeout with 9:32 to go. Second period. Golden Knights 3, Oilers 2. Here in Game 6, presented by Dollar Loan Center. It is the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct. I let in the sun rays, less of the heat stays. Universal Windows Direct. I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct. Universal Windows Direct.
Nevada license 77650.
The question I get all the time is, how much do your loans really cost? I mean, are they super expensive?
First of all, if you need a loan for a week, just a few days, a month, or whatever, you only pay interest for the time you have the loan out.
Okay, I'm with you so far, but how much exactly?
Let's use a $1,000 loan as an example. The interest would cost you $5.50 a day. And if you need the loan for 10 days, the interest cost would be $55.
Just $5.50 per day on a $1,000 loan?
Yes, sir. No other fees at all. Just the interest for how long you keep the loan out. And for 2023, the first week's on us.
That was Chuck. And to celebrate 25 years in business, he's offering free loans to all new customers. No fee to apply and a week of free interest. We have over 50 locations. Apply over the phone or online at don'tbebroke.com.
Zero means if you pay off your loan 1 week or less, the interest is free. You are still required to repay the principal amount. Licensed by the Nevada Financial Institutions Division. Payment amounts based on biweekly pay frequency with annual percentage rate of 199.99%. For additional cost information, call 866-550-4352. Certain limitations may apply. Loans are subject to approval.
Back to more Vegas Golden Knights Stanley Cup playoff action with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
Zappos.com is an official partner of the Golden Knights. Check out Zappos.com today. With Gary Lawless, I'm Dan Duva. Knights 3, Oilers 2. Halfway through the game. Knights led 1-0. Oilers took a 2-1 lead. Now the Knights on top 3-2. Marchessault from Barbashev and Theodore. Marchessault from Martinez and Barbashev. Couple of goals for Jonathan. Couple of assists for Ivan. In the series, both players with 3 goals. Barbashev now 3 assists. Jonathan with 4 goals and 3 assists. From the far circle, a face-off won by the Oilers. Point shot attempt from Bouchard, blocked by Smith. Carlson off to the races with Waugh. The pass blocked. It goes wide of the net. A hard careening puck after it was blocked by the retreating Draisaitl. It's cleared out by Leon. Right side of center, McDavid. He gets it in. All the way back behind the Vegas goal, Smith. Draisaitl intercepts a clearing pass. Low to high left wing. Ekholm across to the right side. Bouchard into the right circle. Draisaitl peels away down to the corner. Bumped by Nick Hague. Low to high for Bouchard. Rink wide left Mcdavid. Down the left wall. Mcdavid breaks. Still with it on the near side. Carlson defends. McDavid slides it along. Close quarters left wall with Draisaitl. McDavid again, checked off by Whitecloud. Loose puck created. Carlson's pass attempt blocked by Draisaitl. He finds it, he shoots it wide. On his backhand. To the far corner, Vegas clears the zone. Watt to the red line, pitches it in.
Dan, Jay Woodcroft has been trying to keep McDavid away from Carlson, and you just saw why. William is one of the few players that can cut and work in small areas not as well, but close to McDavid.
They can try to keep up with him. Some just can't.
Well, they get a penalty.
Penalty called for holding. First penalty of the contest. William Carrier whistle deep in the offensive zone. He was trying to get to the puck in the left corner.
Penalty 28, holding.
There's Dan O'Rourke with the call. First penalty of the contest. It comes at 11:49 of the second period. By far the latest we've got in the series without a shot on goal. Excuse me, a penalty call. And the Knights will go to work on the kill, which was so good despite giving up 3 goals in Game 5.
This is Carlson him and Ceci are battling to get to the puck first, and William puts his arm on Ceci, gives him a little tug, and they call it. Haven't called anything all night. You would have thought it would have been a little bit heavier than that, but by the book, it is holding.
Face off in the left circle for the Oilers. Edmonton power play in this series, 9 for 22. You heard that right, 9 for 22. That's 41%. They were 3 for 4, technically speaking, on Friday. 15 shots. One of their power plays was on a major. They got only 1 goal. Left goal line, McDavid. Into the middle, Bouchard. Down to the goal line, a shot. Saved by Hill to his left. And a rebound off the side of the goal. Draisaitl right corner, got it to the side wall. McDavid and Draisaitl deep on the right. Up top, Bouchard. Left, Nugent Hopkins. To the goal line. Hyman stopped. And the puck is covered by Hill. Look out, shoving afterwards.
Yeah. Connor McDavid gets a good chunk of Braden McNabb's fist at the end of that one. There's a bunch of pushing and shoving, and finally Braden has had enough, and he gives a little shot to McDavid. Edmonton got both the chances they wanted, Dan. Aiden Hill came up with those saves. You talk about it all the time. You need that save from the goaltender. They got 2 from Hill.
The first 2 in quick succession to his left, and then at the end, Gary, to the right. It was Hyman trying to put it through the 5-hole in a slam dunk type of maneuver, but Hill was in such good position, Hyman couldn't close into the blue ice like Stone tries to do. He was kept outside the blue ice, and then the puck disappeared underneath Hill. A little bit of a late whistle, which is why you had the shoving afterwards. Goal is reset on its pegs. Knights win the D-zone draw courtesy Will Karlsson, and they clear it all the way down.
Karlsson beats Draisaitl. We haven't said that very often in this series.
Gary, he has won every face-off he's taken today. 4 in the first period, and now 7. That'll be the 8th face-off for Karlsson. 8 wins. Minute 15 on the power play for the Oilers, trailing 3-2. Karlsson muscled his way up to the high slot. He couldn't get the puck out of the zone. Down to the left, to the right corner for the Oilers. McNabb and Karlsson defend there. Now out in front, a loose puck. It's swept away. There's a slam dunk attempt, but the puck did not come on goal, it appeared.
1 minute down.
McDavid in the left circle. Into the slot. Put toward the goal by Nugent Hopkins. Banging away by Hyman. It is covered by Hill. At least he thought so. Now it's in the corner. Oilers keep it alive at the left point. Bouchard. Left circle McDavid at the dot. Peels away to the outside at the left wall. Now into the middle with a pass. Back and forth they go. On the left side, pass was broken up. Smith got in the way. McDavid switches to the right for a shot. Saved by Hill. Leaning up against the post on his glove side. He has the whistle.
Yeah, he spied Draisaitl out of the corner of his eye and thought, if I'm McDavid, where am I going? I'm going to Leon. And he gets there, beats Draisaitl the spot. What a save. What a PK so far from Aiden Hill.
And once again, Gary, with slam dunk attempts, first to Hill's right, and this last one from his left. He is in such good position. There's just no skating room for the Oilers to get into the blue ice. He has basically turned to face the corner boards to accomplish that. Stevenson wins the face-off on the far side. Knights clear the zone by White Cloud stick up the near wall and down. 20 seconds left on the Oilers power play. Knights 3, Oilers 2 in Game 6. 6:25 to go, second period. Oilers get it into the zone, but it is whistled down.
Offside or icing? It's going to be icing.
Yeah. Linesman put his arm up at the last instant. It was not touched by Kane coming into the zone on the left wing. It is an icing. 11 seconds left on the penalty. Again, William Carrier in the box for holding. First penalty against either side today. Stevenson against McLeod. Chandler had won it, but no one for the Knights could get the puck. So it's an Oilers face-off win. Ahead they come, 2-on-2 into the penalty. Dumped in on the left side. Nurse put it behind. Martinez sends it out. Down it goes. Deflected, no icing. Penalty time is over. Carrier to the bench. Oilers power play is 0 for 1. 6 minutes to go, second period. Vegas on top 3-2. Here's a shot and the stick breaks. Fogle tried to fire from the slot. Stick failed him. Now in the middle of drive, that is wide left. Stick didn't break on that one. From Ekholm, now it's in the neutral zone. It is gloved out of the air by Nurse, steps back in on the right side and sends it in. Around behind the goal to the left wing for the Oilers. Kane tried to keep it alive off Marchessault's stick. Barbashev on the back check. He manages to get the puck from his own zone. He looks ahead to Eichel but misses him. And therefore it is an icing whistle. 5:31 to go. And a D-zone draw coming up. We're in the second period. Golden Knights 3, Oilers 2. Marchessault with a pair of goals. Barbashev assisting on both. Theodore an assist on the first one. Martinez an assist on the second one.
Second period has been Vegas' best period all playoff, and in particular in this series. Big edge over the Oilers in scoring in this frame.
Including tonight, outscoring the Oilers 8-2 in the playoffs overall, 18-5. Oilers win the draw. Bouchard's shot attempt breaks Marchessault's stick as he blocked it. Puck out of the zone. Oilers back ahead quickly. Theodore reached in. McDavid somehow settles the puck. Hands it off. Draisaitl's shot blocked. Eichel challenging right at the origin, forcing that one way high.
Jay Woodcroft now trailing. He's pushing offense, so he's putting McDavid and Draisaitl out there together whenever he can.
Plenty of whistles here in the final stretch of the second period, and that includes some power play time. We have a timeout with 5:16 to go in the second. Golden Knights 3, Oilers 2, presented by Dollar Loan Center. This is the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Wendy's $3 breakfast deal is a bacon or sausage egg croissant plus small seasoned potatoes for $3. It's the breakfast that don't miss. So if you did miss Wendy's breakfast, don't imagine fresh cracked eggs, sizzling sausage, crispy bacon, and block out those hot, buttery, flaky croissants. Croissants don't really make a sound, but if they did, for a breakfast that don't miss, Wendy's is that breakfast. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's $3 breakfast deal.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's. Select a request $3 breakfast deal to obtain discount. Not valid for a la carte combo orders.
Listen up! Your share at winning over $500,000 in free fuel and products is just a tap away with the Terrible Social House app. Yes! With a qualifying purchase at the pump or in-store, you can shop, spin, and win directly on your phone. Win free products that you can redeem instantly in-store, or if you're feeling lucky, you could land on free fuel towards your next fill-up. Shop, spin, and win. Download and play today. Terribles. Deliberately different since 1959. Go to Terribles.com for more details.
I'm Shea Theodore, a defenseman for the Vegas Golden Knights and a cancer survivor. Cancer can strike anyone at any moment. For me, finding it early was key. You can tilt the ice in your favor with the game changers at Comprehensive. Learn to self-screen, get checked. Early detection saves lives. It saved mine. Comprehensive Cancer Centers. Defend yourself.
Back to more Vegas Golden Knights Stanley Cup playoff action with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
Golden Knights on top of the Oilers 3-2. Riley Smith has one. Jonathan Marchessault has two. Vegas in the lead with 5:16 left in the second. Oilers to take an offensive zone drop. Guess who's on the ice? Leon Draisaitl for the face-off against Will Karlsson. And now Draisaitl will be tossed. Connor McDavid is out there, so Connor's going to go in.
Pick your poison, eh?
Not a bad alternative. And Connor wins it. That's the first loss in the circle for Karlsson today. McDavid's in the line. Bouchard shoots wide right off a deflection. Centering pass rattles around, but pulled away by Pietrangelo. Started to the line, and it does tumble to center, the clear courtesy of Riley Smith. Oilers mismanage the puck in the neutral zone. They'll have to double back. McDavid to his own zone. Ceci a hit to the left for Ekholm. And Bouchard for Ekholm. As Ekholm from the left goal line got in and put it towards the side of the net. Off the side of the cage and behind. Vegas fighting to get it back. Pietrangelo looking for some space. Can't get it. Goes behind for Draisaitl. Defended by Martinez at the right side of the crease. Out high Bouchard. Draisaitl again. Centering pass blocked by Martinez. Into the middle for Watt. Backhands it to the line. It is kept in by Bouchard twice. Across to the left, Ekholm. He shoots, save. Rebound, Karlsson banks it out of the zone off the far wall. Waffling puck and no icing. It does come to the goaltender, Skinner. 4:10 to go in the period. Oilers back in. Left side Kane. Charging behind the net. Gallops around behind the goal. To the right wing side. Still with the puck. He shoots. Off a skate in front. Never came on goal. Hacked away to the near boards by Pietrangelo. It slides behind now. Martinez clears it away. Then took a check from Yamamoto. High on the far side. Stevenson intercepts a pass. Uses the wall. Clears the zone. Back to his own line. Desharnais. Cross to the left in Kulak. Forward pass tipped in. Off the stick of Evander Kane. And down into the left corner. Martinez takes the check. Rims it around. Howden there waiting for it. Connects with Stevenson. Knights coming out. Howden across the red. Now the blue with Stone. Howden tripped up in the circle. Penalty coming against the Oilers.
Dan O'Rourke again. Les McCauley yet to call one.
Yamamoto tripped up Howden. It's the second close call that Yamamoto.
Montreal 56, tripping.
Now they're booing, of course. They're not happy first because Stone stood at the blue line to stay on side, and the Oiler ran into him, just fell over. after colliding with Stone. Presumably the fans would want interference there, but Stone is just trying to stay onside and looked like he was sidestepping that Oiler anyway. And then Howden was coming through the right circle. Yamamoto goes down and takes Howden right with him.
Well, Vegas needed this, Dan. Ever since the Oilers got their power play, it's been all Edmonton. Vegas is stuck at 13 shots. Edmonton has shot up to 26, and the offensive zone time possession for the Oilers off the charts right now.
Knights have not put a shot on goal since Marchessault scored his second one. 9 consecutive shots for the Oilers. Left circle draw here for the Knights, who had their first power play. Power play is brought to you by SunPower, today's energy store. Last game, Knights were 2 for 7. Landed 14 shots on goal. Both power play goals came in the second period in quick succession. 29 seconds apart. First at 5-on-3 for Stone, and then 5-on-4 for Smith. Now Eichel in against Bugstad, and Eichel wins it to the left point. Theodore is there, left wall Jack Eichel. Eichel trying to return it out high. His pass is picked off. Oilers coming out shorthanded. Stevenson on the back check took it away from Derek Ryan. Vegas back in. Eichel on the left. Decides not to attack in transition. To the goal line, Stone put it across, and it's blocked by a sprawling player in front.
Darnell Nurse.
Yeah, he went belly down, thinking that maybe Stone would try to walk out in front. He did not. He was trying to make a pass to the opposite side. And Nurse, in either case, was going to get in the way. And then it was covered up by Skinner.
Well, our broadcasting colleague and former Golden Knights defenseman Derek Englund will smile watching that. Derek could go belly down on the PK with the best of them.
And Stone tried to go cross crease. Marchessault would have been there and waiting. Had it gotten through Nurse. Knights control after the faceoff. Behind the goal. And around to the right wing side. Double teamed on the near side with Stevenson. He gets tackled. Oilers ahead shorthanded, 2-on-1. Bugstad centers right through the net mouth, and a penalty coming up. Triple call against the Knights. And that'll wipe out the power play for Vegas with 2:47 to go. In the second period, Vegas still leading 3-2.
27 base, get a minor. Trip.
Wes McCauley makes the announcement. Theodore to the box.
Edmonton will have a power play of 41 seconds.
That's the second time during this power play where the Knights were not as careful with the puck as you would like them to be. Earlier in this series, Connor McDavid scored a shorthanded goal. Early on in this series, it looked like any time the Oilers got possession of the puck, they were going to attempt a shorthanded scoring chance. This one was more or less handed to him, though Ekholm remained on top of Stevenson for an extra beat or two. So they escape foreside. Oilers win the draw in the Knight zone. In the middle of shot, blocker saved by Hill. Rebound near boards. Comes to the line and it stays in for Kulak. Across to the right, Ekholm. In the right circle. McLeod with it. Drifting around to the left. Hands it off. High slot, and now Kane went off his skate. He'll intentionally bring it to the neutral zone. Watched by Nicholas Waugh back to the Oilers' end. 4-on-4 at 50 seconds. Kane back in. Slides it to the right. Down to the left, Ekholm. Top of the left circle. Hands it off there. And it slid down the wall by McLeod. Look at Whitecloud knocked down. Penalty. Yep. Penalty against the Oilers. Whitecloud decked in the near corner. Boarding call, says Wes McCauley with the gesticulation. In other words,
Edmonton's got a minor for a board.
Ekholm slammed his stick, and then he just waves his hand at Wes McCauley. He's incredulous. He gets Whitecloud with a cross-check in a dangerous area, and Zach goes face first into the window.
Now, whether you call it boarding or cross-check, I mean, it's full extension by Ekholm. I'm not sure how.
I can't do the math here, Dan, but there's going to be a 4-on-3 for 39 seconds, and then it'll be 4-on-4, and then Vegas would get another power play for 40 seconds.
The trouble is there's only 2:07 to go in the period.
Yeah.
So this will all wipe out by the time the period comes to a close. Right now, 4-on-3 power play for the Knights. We'll let you know when the numbers change. Here's Eichel on the right side. Rather nonchalant pass for Pietrangelo was blocked went out of the zone. Petrangelo recovers it. Knights coming back ahead. Eichel on the right side with Marchessault. Eichel takes it off the wall. Basically passed it to himself. Man in front is Stone. Eichel right down. Looking. Swings it out high. Petrangelo shoots, save. Rebound left circle, Marchessault. One penalty about to expire. It's now 4-on-4 again. Petrangelo left. Marchessault shoots. He scores! It's Three goals in this period for Marchessault, and the Knights have their largest lead of the day. Jonathan, a big rip from the left circle. The goal comes at 4-on-4, so the Knights will be on the power play when the other penalty time runs out. That was not a power play goal. From the left circle dot, Gary, with Stone occupying the net front presence. Marchessault got the pass from Petrangelo, not a one-timer. Jonathan tucked it, creeped in a little bit, and the righty from the left circle went long side, glove side, on the goaltender Stuart Skinner.
Yeah, I spoke to Jonathan at length this morning, and he sensed the moment.
Well, Jonathan had no goals in the first round against the Jets. He's got 5 goals in this series. A 2-goal game, and now a 3-goal game. This is, whoa, look out. Stevenson, back in his own zone, is knocked over by Kulak, who ultimately took the puck away. Martinez knocks it loose. Stevenson, and now brought out by the Knights. Whitecloud to the right side, and Brett Howden. We're in the final minute of the second period. It's a 4-2 Vegas lead in Game 6. It's about to become a Knights power play as the Oilers come ahead 3-on-2 at the line. It's loose in the slot, and Stevenson lifts his stick. Petrangelo starts it ahead. Vegas now on the power play. Theodore shoots, save, rebound. It goes behind the goal. Shea could not get it back in front. It's now a 5-on-4 power play for the Knights. Here's Petrangelo at the right point. Standing there and passes to the left for Stone. Stone left side. He shoots. Tipped across and wide right into the corner. Carlson got a piece, and now he's got the puck in the right circle. Down to the goal line. 20 seconds left in the period. Smith and Carlson near the right corner. We'll give you the period clock. 15 seconds. Put towards the net by Hagen Watt. Petrangelo off the left wall. Petrangelo near the corner. Put it behind. Out in front, a shot blocker save. Haig with the drive from the right wing. Penalty time is over. 2-1. Shot wide of the Vegas goal. And that does it for the second period. But the Knights erase a 2-1 deficit. Take a 4-2 lead to the second intermission with an opportunity to clinch the series. The Golden Knights get 3 goals in the middle period. All of them from Jonathan Marchessault. Jonathan's second career playoff hat trick. He had one against the Colorado Avalanche a couple of years ago, and he's got one here in the second round. Same round, different opponent, and this one in a position to help the Knights clinch the second round series.
Well, he's had some big moments in Canada, hasn't he? He stood up on a podium in Winnipeg after a disastrous Game 1 in the Western Conference in 17-18 and predicted big things to come. The next game, he went out and had a pair, 2 goals and no assists in Game 2 of that series, and then the exact same in Game 3 back in Vegas against Winnipeg. And now, on this stage again in Canada, a hat trick for 81. The shortest, but maybe the tallest of all the Golden Knights.
Marchessault from Barbashev and Theodore. Marchessault from Martinez and Barbashev. And then Marchessault from Petrangelo and Eichel. All 3 goals are at even strength. That third goal comes with 4 aside, and that is the second time in this series the Knights have scored 4 versus 4. They have not given up a 4 versus 4 goal all year, regular season or playoffs. So Marchessault with 3 goals, Barbashev with 2 assists. Singular points for Theodore, Martinez, Eichel, and Petrangelo, and a goal for Smith. Let's head downstairs now. One of the players I just listed off, Ivan Barbashev, ready to join us. Hey, Ivan, Dan, and Gary in the booth. Wow, a hat trick for Jonathan Marchessault. What are you seeing from number 81 today?
Yeah, it's huge. He had some early chances, and that's what he said. To be honest, he's gonna stick with it, and he's gonna get a couple in, and that's what he did. so it is huge for the team.
Ivan, 4-2 with a chance to get to the Western Conference Final. What do you have to do in the third period?
To be honest, just to play our best period, best 20 minutes. You know they're going to give everything that they've got on the other side, but it's going to be up to us to play the right way and not just to sit back, but keep pushing and just to try to get them out of the series.
Ivan, you've played for a Stanley Cup champion. You won in 2019. You came over at the trade deadline. Does this dressing room, how does it compare in tightness and competitiveness to the Blues of 2019?
It's basically the same thing. When you get through the first round, it feels good, but when you have a chance to get through the second round, it's even bigger, and you can see the locker room. The guys are focused, and this is something I went through once in my career before, but it's just going to be really important for a team to give their best.
And 2 assists for Ivan Barbashev today. That's 5 points in the series and 9 in the playoffs in 11 games. Ivan, thanks. Good luck the rest of the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Ivan Barbashev, today his 61st career Stanley Cup playoffs game. And, of course, 27 of them coming with those Blues in 2019.
Now, we talked about Jonathan Marchessault, so I made the comparison to him being an archer, hitting the around the bullseye and around the bullseye. Well, he's pure red right now, man. He's in the bullseye and nowhere else at this point.
Like a shark circling the chum. And he's got 3. 5 career hat tricks. Second in the Stanley Cup playoffs. We mentioned he scored 3 against the Colorado Avalanche in the second round a couple of years ago. He actually had 5 goals in the span of 3 games. Here, he has a terrific series, Gary. A 2-goal game, a 3-assist game, and now a 3-goal game.
20 minutes to go, at least.
Yeah. Well, the Knights have a 4-2 lead. When leading after 2 periods in the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Knights are 6-0. In this round, 3-0. We'll see. We have Ryan Wallace with the intermission report in just a moment or so. Stand by for Ryan. First, let us tell you that tickets are available for Stanley Cup playoff games at T-Mobile Arena. And if necessary, Tuesday night's potential Game 7. A limited number of event suites and group tickets are also available. Visit VegasGoldenKnights.com/tickets for more information. Knights looking to punch their ticket to the Western Conference Final against an opponent to be determined. The Dallas Stars and the Seattle Kraken play Game 7 of that series tomorrow. Kraken won 6-3 at home against the Stars yesterday after Dallas had won games 4 and 5, 6-3 and 5-2. Dallas had a 3-2 series lead after the Kraken led 1-0 and 2-1. Now it's 3-all as they play Game 7 tomorrow. The winner will play the winner of this series in the Western Conference Final. Eastern Conference Final already set. Florida Panthers and Carolina Hurricanes. Each of those clubs won their second-round series in 5. Ryan Wallace has the intermission report. First, let us give you the power play numbers. Brought to you by SunPower, today's energy store. Well, there were no penalties through the first period, and a series of them totaling 4, 2 aside, in the second period. Oilers power play 0 for 1. Knights power play 0 for 2. Knights did score at 4 on 4. Again, the power play is brought to you by SunPower, today's energy store. VGK Today is a podcast published every day during the 2023 Stanley Cup playoffs, covering the Knights' run. You can download it today wherever you get your podcast. Subscribe, download, like, share. You know the deal. VGK Today, daily podcast throughout the 2023 Stanley Cup playoffs. You can download it right now. Presented by Dollar Loan Center, you are listening to the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights radio network.
With your choice of select sandwich, nugs, fries, and a drink, Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag is your go-to. Your nugget wingman. Your hot and crispy fry co-pilot.
Just like us. We're like the bag boys.
What?
Bag boys, bag boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
For a deal you can count on, bet on Biggie and choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Bag boys, bag boys.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes choice of double-stacked JVC or crispy chicken sandwich with 4-piece nugs, junior fry, and small soft drink. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
Silver State Schools Credit Union opened its first branch in the Las Vegas community 70 years ago. We're proud to say that for the last 70 years, we've been committed to our members and making their financial dreams a reality.
People over profit, Silver State Schools Credit Union.
Become a member today and have a financial partner for life.
By Member's Choice, this institution is not federally insured. Shares insured up to $250,000 by ASI. Full details at silverstatecu.com.
Experience the time of your life at Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. Live it up at the world's largest sports book, Circa Sports. Get loose and get loud with all sports, all seasons at Stadium Swim. Take in the $1 million views at our Rooftop Lounge Legacy Club. Go big and go all night with our luxurious rooms and suites. Book the time of your life today. CircaLasVegas.com.
We believe your banker should say what they'll do and do what they say. Not one time, but every time. It's not about making promises. It's about keeping them. That's the kind of accountability you'll get from Bank of Nevada, a division of Western Alliance Bank. Member FDIC. Find an entrepreneurial banking expert who can help drive results for your business at bankofnevada.com.
I'm Shea Theodore, a defenseman for the Vegas Golden Knights and a cancer survivor. Cancer can strike anyone at any moment. For me, finding it early was key. You can tilt the ice in your favor with the game changers at Comprehensive. Learn to self-screen, get checked. Early detection saves lives. It saved mine. Comprehensive Cancer Centers. Defend yourself.
Jack Daniels has always made whiskey, and if they have it their way, they always will. But there's one thing Jack can't make more of: moments. Those are on us to create. You see, hockey fans, we only get one shot at this thing called life. So let's make sure we're making the most of every moment, whether it's showing up for our team or sipping a glass of Jack while cheering at the radio. Don't let a single moment go to waste. Make it count. Jack Daniels.
Tennessee Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Jack Daniel Distillery, Lynchburg, Tennessee. Jack Daniels and Old Number 7 are registered trademarks. Copyright 2022 Jack Daniels. All rights reserved.
Now, here's Ryan Wallace with the Intermission Report on the Golden Knights Radio Network.
The second intermission is presented by Barry's Downtown Prime at Circa Las Vegas. Golden Knights up 4-2 on the Edmonton Oilers after 2 periods of play. Taking a look at the highlights in the second period, and it all comes down to a natural hat trick for Jonathan Marchessault. He scores 3 in the second.
Now a left point shot saved. Rebound, score! Jonathan Marchessault finds the garbage in front, pots the goal, ties the game. 2-2. 4 minutes into the second period, Jonathan Marchessault continues his stellar play of late. Across to the left, Martinez. Slap shot save. Up into the air. Off the post. They score! Marchessault again. And the Knights take a 3-2 lead. One penalty about to expire. It's now 4-on-4 again. Pietrangelo left. Marchessault shoots. He scores! It's a hat trick for Marchessault. The Knights have a 4-2 lead with 1:24 to go in the second period. It's the second playoff hat trick for Jonathan Marchessault.
Jonathan Marchessault's third, fourth, and fifth goals of the postseason, a natural hat trick. Change a 2-1 deficit to a 4-2 lead for the Golden Knights after 2 periods. Out-of-town scores are presented by Betfred. Visit Betfred at Mohegan Sun Sportsbook inside the Virgin Hotel. No other games in the NHL tonight. However, the Dallas Stars and Seattle Kraken will face off tomorrow in Game 7. Winner punches their ticket to the Western Conference Final. The Golden Knights Express is operating now to get you to and from the Fortress. Fees are only $4 round trip with stops all over the valley. For more information, visit rtcsnv.com today. We're back with more on the Intermission Report, presented by Dollar Loan Center. This is the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
T-Mobile keeps you connected to your Vegas Golden Knights. Whether you're cheering for your favorite player at the Fortress or watching highlights in the air with in-flight Wi-Fi on us, get coverage beyond the expected. T-Mobile keeps you connected to the hat tricks of Dirty Dangles and Barn Burners this season. Switch to T-Mobile now and stay connected to the Knights all season long. Go, Knights, go!
Coverage not available in some areas. Select U.S. airline in-flight Wi-Fi and international roaming are available, included in qualifying plans. See T-Mobile.com/travel.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the rewards program that loves it when you date night, bet the perfect parlay, lounge poolside, shiatsu, bottle service. Yeah, hit me. Shop till you drop. And then some. Earn and redeem on countless amazing experiences at MGM Resorts. This is MGM Rewards. Why be a guest when you can be a member? Visit MGMRewards.com for more. Earning and redemption limitations may apply to certain purchases in certain states.
Imagine if your everyday shopping allowed you to earn points towards a weekend in wine country. A round of golf, tickets to exclusive events, or a new hockey jersey. Through the Foley Food and Wine Society app, members earn points for everyday purchases that they can redeem for everything from a baseball cap to a trip to New Zealand. The Foley Food and Wine Society, the luxury lifestyle community that combines life's greatest passions, world-class wines, exquisite cuisine, and amazing experiences.
At Smith's, you can find the highest quality products at a great price in every aisle, every day with Kroger brand. So you can stock up on your household favorites that are tried, tested, and loved by you. Because when you get the products you love at great prices, it feels like winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Huge save for the Knights. Oh, what a check. 3-on-2 as they cross the blue line. Shot goal!
Want to see the game? Our official downtown partners at the D Casino have you covered. Every Vegas Golden Knights game is broadcast at the brand new Bar Canada at the D. Their high-energy bartenders will entertain you and keep you hydrated as you watch the game on their monster big screen TVs. Catch all the Vegas Golden Knights action at your home for hockey. Bar Canada at the D Casino. Go Knights, go!
Stay up to date with the latest from the NHL and the Vegas Golden Knights here on Fox Sports Las Vegas, 98.9 FM and 1340 AM KKGK Las Vegas.
We're about to start the third period, but first, here's Ryan Wallace with the intermission wrap-up on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
The Vegas Nighthawks second season is underway at the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson. Don't miss your chance to bring the family out to a game and catch the excitement of the Indoor Football League. Visit nighthawksfootball.com for details. See intermission report. The Golden Knights up 4-2 on the Edmonton Oilers after 2 periods play. Stats the period presented by the UPS Store, your locally owned print and business services center. Shots 12-10 in favor of Edmonton. Hits 37-18 Edmonton. The Golden Knights 0-2 on the power play. Edmonton 0-1 on the power play. Vegas with 9 giveaways, 3 takeaways, 18 block shots. The Oilers 14 giveaways, 5 takeaways, 12 block shots. For the Golden Knights, second period, the forecheck got them back into the game, and then some strong penalty killing work toward the end of the period has this Golden Knights team up to. But now you've got to find a way to step on the gas and close it out in the third period. Third period action's coming up next. Dan and Gary, they've got the call. Presented by Dollar Loan Center. This is the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Hey, Chuck, I know there are a lot of scams with online payday loans. What should people watch out for?
So many of these websites might look totally legit, but they're far from it. And the borrower needs to be very careful to make sure they're dealing with a lender that's licensed right here in Nevada, like Dollar Loan Center.
How do they get away with that?
It's normally the online companies that are based out of the country in places like Costa Rica or hiding on tribal land to skirt state lending laws. Others are just lead generators who really don't lend money, but sell your info to hundreds of unlicensed lenders.
That was Chuck. And to celebrate 25 years in business, he's offering free loans to all new customers. No fee to apply and a week of free interest. We have over 50 locations. Apply over the phone or online at don'tbebroke.com. Don't forget, your first loan is free in 2023 at the DLC.
Free loan means if you pay off your loan in 1 week or less, the interest is free. You are still required to repay the principal amount. Licensed by Nevada Financial Institutions Division. Customer must meet the normal loan qualifications. To review loan qualifications, visit us at don'tbebroke.com. Certain limitations may apply. Loans are subject to approval.
Hey, Golden Knights fans! Luck is overflowing at Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel, Southern California's home of huge prizes and jackpots. Stay at our 4-star resort and experience world-class gaming, dining, and entertainment like never before. This March, don't miss your chance to win a 2023 Maserati Levante GT or up to $100,000 every Thursday. Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
For Han Nakfi with Nakfi Injury Law. Imagine you've been injured in an accident. Now, do you want an assembly line law firm that treats you like a number and settles early for easy money? Hell no. You want an attorney who does everything in his power to translate knowledge and experience into big bucks in your pocket. Call me now for a free consultation at 702-INJURED.
If you've been hurt, Nakfi is the word. Call 702-INJURED.
The playoffs are here, and Golden Knights fans can discover why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. Download the BetMGM app today and make every playoff game mean more than ever. Go for the goal with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the NHL and the Vegas Golden Knights.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly and offer resources to help you make appropriate choices. BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 plus to wager. Nevada only. Please gamble responsibly. For help, please call 1-800-522-4700. MGMResorts.com/GameSense.
Back to the Knights versus the Oilers in their Stanley Cup playoff series on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network with Dan Duba and Gary Lawless.
I have a ringside at Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta. It's Game 6. Knights take a 4-2 lead to the second intermission. I'm Dan Duva with Golden Knights insider Gary Lawless. Gary is brought to us by Finley Honda of Henderson.
Jack Campbell into the net for the Oilers to start the third. That's the third time in this series Stuart Skinner hasn't completed a game. Campbell, it should be said, has been excellent in relief for the Oilers.
Stopped each of the 9 shots he faced last game in just over 22 minutes, including 5 for 5 on the power play. Underway in the third, Vegas leads 4-2, trying to close out the series. Knights win the draw going right to left. Petrangelo Martinez ahead for Smith, Carlson, and Waugh. They get it into the Knights down to the near corner. Vegas in pursuit on the forecheck. Oilers break through. Ryan up the right side, but he misses the target. Petrangelo nudges it away. Oilers get the puck on the near side only momentarily. Waugh lumbers out through the center logo. Right wing offside. Smith behind the play. Carlson too quick into the zone on the left wing, opposite side. So Jonathan Marchessault, natural hat trick. Second career playoff hat trick. 5 in his career. He's got 8 points in 4 playoff games, most in any 4-game stretch in his Stanley Cup playoffs career. And today, for Jonathan, game 84 in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
And the Oilers are rattled. Evander Kane spent a ton of time at the end of the second period talking to the referees, and then Matthias Ekholm just went to Wes McCauley to complain again about that boarding call in the second period. Got to move on.
Oilers turn it over in their own zone. Drop pass. Eichel in the middle shoots. Over the goal, deflected into the netting. Not a shot on goal, so not yet faced for backup Jack Campbell, as Gary mentioned a moment ago. He's come on in relief now 3 times in this series. He came on in relief once against the Kings in the first round and actually got an overtime win. Campbell, drafted by Dallas in the first round back in 2010. Played in the OHL for a couple of years. From Port Huron, Michigan. Formerly Jonathan Quick's backup with the Kings. Campbell was the backup each of the 4 games in 2018 when the Knights swept Los Angeles. Knights are trying to do here what they did against the Sharks in the second round. Go back and forth, win-loss, but then win games 5 and 6 to clinch a second-round series. Oilers bring it out of their own zone from the draw. They turn it over in the neutral zone. Stevenson pulls it back to his own end. Away from the puck. Howden got tangled up with Evander Kane. Knights send it in. No icing. Behind the net, Stevenson to the middle. A shot over the goal from Howden, who went down to his left knee as he fired. Just as the puck went through Mark Stone in the slot, it got to Howden for the try, but he missed the net. Oilers into the zone left wing. Kulak rims it around. Near corner for Nick Hague. Behind the net for Brett Howden. Puts it to the far corner. Oilers take it there. Whitecloud and Hague defend. Puck at the left side of the net. Bang it away. It's loose in front. Picked up by the Knights. Stone pitches it with perfect touch out. Not enough for an icing. It's into the slot. And the goaltender Campbell gets the pass away just in time before Stone arrived. Oilers dump it in. Petrangelo back. Take one way. Tried to go the other. Lost the puck. Helped out by Teddy Bluger. Sends it ahead on the left wall. Nurse cuts it off. From the far side, he rims it to Howden. Out in front for a shot from Derek Ryan. That was stopped. And pardon, that was Zach Hyman, number 18. Derek Ryan's number 10. Hyman's got it in the left circle. Hyman double-teamed in the corner, taken away by Pietrangelo. Slides it behind for Martinez. Alec lifts the puck to the neutral zone. Tumbles in, and Kolasar will get there first in the left corner, behind his goal. Bluger helps it along. Carrier on the right boards now. Carrier double-team, shoved into the wall, makes a pass out to the neutral zone. Vegas comes back in on the left side. Both sides change. Line changes brought to you by William Hill. Vegas 4, Edmonton 2. Third period, Game 6. The Knights win. Needs their third trip to the semifinal round. Oilers dump it in. Oilers send it out in front after a steal behind the net. Hill was tied up. He gets back to his crease. Vegas gets the puck. Carlson coming ahead with Smith. And now Nick Waugh. They couldn't get it into the zone. Tie up at the red line. Theodore tied his man up. Oilers get the puck though. And on the left, here's a feed to the right. Off target. Comes into the circle. Carlson converging there with Watt. Smith fishing for it too. Oilers get it once again on the near side wall. Waugh knocks it free. Helped behind by McLeod. Pulled out by the Knights. It's Theodore starting it to Smith. He clears the zone. So the Knights got to the Stanley Cup Final, of course, in 2018. Got to the third round in 2020 in the bubble. And then 2021, they got to the third round, which was not considered the Western Conference Final because it was against Montreal, but still the third round. Well, if they win this series, it would be the fourth time they would reach that point. Knights coming right to left. A dump in goes off Barbashev's stick. It ends up in the trapezoid for Campbell. On the left wall, Eichel steps in, but the Oilers break through. Draisaitl coming up the right side. McDavid to the left and a shot. Saved by Hill. Rebound to the far boards. Jack Eichel skates it in front of his bench. Up to the ready. Dumps it in. Big save for Adin Hill. Really his first true test of the third period.
Yeah, but he's been very sharp. The Oilers, the second half of the second period until Vegas scored again, it was all Edmonton for a while.
Puck comes out in front of the Vegas net into the slot. Knights on it first. Cleared out the near side wall. Howden looking to bank it to Stevenson. It's cut off by the Oilers. They come back in on the far side. McNabb gets over with Stone. A steal for Stone. Stevenson works through, but then he is knocked over.
Wow, he got hauled down.
Chandler with his speed so often. He kind of lets the puck go off of his stick. Tries to draw the interference call, but it has not been called, at least not in this series. Puck is deep in the Vegas zones. Martinez got it to Stone far side. Sends the puck through center. No icing though. Linesman waved it off.
Bouchard was skating right beside the puck.
It didn't slow down as much as I might have thought. 5 minutes into the third period, Gary, and the Oilers need 2 goals to tie and keep their season alive. Knights steal the puck on the far boards. What work there by Kolasar. Springing Carrier with Bluger, right side. Carrier's backhander from the right wing went wide of the net. Behind the goal. Now it's out to center. Kolasar backs it up to his own zone alongside Haig. Across to Theodore, who swings it forward through the neutral zone. Knights go for a change. Oilers can't bring it in. Vegas coming forward. Here's Smith into the zone. Drop past Bluger. He shoots. Save. Campbell holds on. Teddy Bluger does have one career Stanley Cup playoffs goal in 19 previous games. The first 18 of those with the Penguins.
The fans just figured out that Jack Campbell was in net and not Stuart Skinner. Campbell made the save and they started to go Stu. And then halfway through they're like, oh, that's not Stu.
No.
Or maybe they were going soup.
Only a handful of folks offered their booing when Pietrangelo had the puck, so that seems like a lost cause now.
Puck management has just been so-so from Vegas in their own zone so far. Couple of giveaways.
Offensive zone draw. Oilers get it. And clear. Bouchard banks it up the left side wall. McDavid on the ice. Waits for the puck in the right corner. He's double teamed. Puck comes out high. Bouchard shoots off a body in front. Knocked away by Pietrangelo. Up the slot. Forced out by Carlson. Oilers must clear the zone. Just now they tag up. Draisaitl back to his own line. Forward pass. Up to Kane. He gets it in. Martinez. Checked by Kane behind the Vegas goal, but Smith starts it out to Carlson. 2-on-2 through center. Carlson stick checked. Puck comes to the near side wall. Bouchard for the Oilers. Rips it ahead left wing. Off an Edmonton stick. Whitecloud goes back to defend. Janmark on the left side, former Golden Knight. Barbashev steps in. He tries to get the puck for the Knights. Comes around to the near boards, though. Cody Ceci, the defenseman, pinches in. Got it behind. McDavid lost the puck. Knights to it on the far boards and cleared out by Waugh.
Golden Knights wingers doing a real good job on the wall right now. When they get a chance to get it out, they've been getting it out. Paying the price, taking the hit to make the play.
Oilers left to right. Into the zone left wing. Theodore defends Ryan. Puck ends up behind the goal. And now in the corner, Theodore again on his backhand. Put it in front. Trying to get it to a teammate. A deflected puck, though. And then McNabb got a piece of it. It goes out through center. Ekholm to his own end. Hounded by Jack Eichel. Loose puck comes off the back of the cage. Eichel reached in. Could not get possession, though. Instead, it's Cody Ceci for Edmonton. 13 minutes to go, third period. Vegas 4, Edmonton 2. Oilers in on the right side. A centering pass and a shot. Diving save by Hill. Stops Ekholm. Looked like he had half an empty cage. Hill got over. Sliding to his right. Got a piece with his right arm. Now it's in the left corner for the Oilers. Theodore knocks it free. Out to the line, kept in. Ekholm floats it right. Bouchard trying to settle the waffling puck. Feeds it back across the grade. Theodore deflects it away. Knights starting out. Marchessault to the left. Barbashev across the red line dumps it in. That's two big saves for Hill.
Yeah, he's had a good start to the period.
Oilers coming ahead. Trouble in the neutral zone. Ryan lost it. Haig back in his own end. Pitches it forward. It bounces through Stevenson. Chandler will race to the puck and get it. Drop pass. Right wing shot. Save. Loose puck. Knocked away. Bouchard saved the goal. Oilers ahead on the right wing side. Kulak, the defenseman, run off by Haig to the near corner. Whitecloud, the free puck behind his net. Using the far wall, he clears the zone and hops and skids down. It is an icing. 11:49 to go in the third period. Vegas 4, Edmonton 2.
Both teams have had good chances, and both goalies come up big for their teams. Yeah, Ekholm, really great work by Hill to get into the right position. He sees the pass, and he sees the puck get on. He is looking at Ekholm's stick when the puck hits it, and he gets his body, follows his eyes, and he stares him down and beats him.
Oilers win a left circle faceoff. Bouchard shoots, knocked down in front. Chipped down by Nicholas Haig. As far as the center logo where Nurse cuts it off. And at the other end, Gary, after an initial save by Campbell, Stone and Bouchard were reaching for the loose puck, and Bouchard knocked it away before Stone could jam it home. Knights clear it again. Only as far as the center logo. Vegas changing one forward. Stone gets off. Kolasar comes on, and now they'll get the rest of the fourth line on. Stevenson and Howden to the bench. Maluger and Carrier replacing them. Oilers dump it in. Haig back to the far corner. Oilers left wing. Hill watches to his right. Around to the near corner. Centering pass. Ends up left circle. Nurse shoots off the outside of the cage. Into the far corner. Carrier engages. Two Oilers are there, plus Nick Haig now. Puck is up against that yellow kick play. Skates and sticks.
4 Oilers below the goal line right now, Dan. Just one defenseman, Bouchard up top.
Martinez defending the trapezoid. Puck finally comes loose. Nurse high on the left. Turns and sends it back down the boards. Two Knights engaged there. Carrier and Bluger. Teddy Bluger sends it through center. Off the near side wall. No icing. Perfectly placed clear by Bluger. Talk with Bruce Cassidy on the pregame show. Bluger hadn't played in a month. Might take a little time to get the timing back, but he's played a lot of these games. We talked about it earlier, his postseason experience with the Penguins at the NHL and American League level, plus his time in college. Vegas coming out. Carlson into the zone for Nicholas Waugh. Tied up in the right circle. Comes up the far boards. Oilers on it, and out they go. Nearing the halfway mark of the third period. Vegas leads 4-2. Collision. McNabb is checked hard into the left corner. Puck comes around to the near side corner. Vegas controls. And the breakout off a couple of sticks. It does tumble out toward the red line. Oilers take it with Nugent Hopkins. He'll send it in. Behind his own goal, there's Theodore. Hands it off to McNabb. And Vegas on the breakout again. Cut off by Derek Ryan, left wing. Marchessault reaches in. Ryan toward the goal. Knocked away by McNabb. Centering pass. Rattles out in front. And into the right corner. Oilers have possession there. Eichel reaches in. Kulak shoots. Tipped on. And a save by Hill. Redirected the right side of the net from Ryan McLeod. Hill stays with him at the right post. Glove side for Hill. He has the whistle.
9:30 left in the third period, Dan.
That duration separates the Knights from a series victory. We'll be right back. Presented by Dollar Loan Center. This is the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Bet like the pros with Circa Sports, the official jersey sponsor of the Vegas Golden Knights. Get all the benefits of the world's largest sportsbook right at your fingertips with the Circa Sports app. Experience the highest betting limits, lowest hold percentage, and the best customer service. Download your new bookie today and bet like a pro from anywhere in Nevada. CircaSports.com, the official jersey sponsor of the Vegas Golden Knights.
UMC, your hometown hospital since 1931, is proud to partner with our hometown team, the Vegas Golden Knights. As the team's exclusive hospital provider, we stand rinkside, ready to keep our Golden Knights in top shape, just as we stand by our community with the highest level of care in the state. It's UMC's commitment to excellence for everyone in our hometown. Visit us online at umcsn.com.
Hey, Golden Knights fans. Luck is overflowing at Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel, Southern California's home of huge prizes and jackpots. Stay at our 4-star resort and experience world-class gaming, dining, and entertainment like never before. This March, don't miss your chance to win a 2023 Maserati Levante GT or up to $100,000 every Thursday. Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Back to more Vegas Golden Knights Stanley Cup playoff action with Dan Duba and Gary Lawless.
Jonathan Marchessault with career playoff goals 24, 25, and 26. Knights franchise postseason goals leader. 3 better than Mark Stone, 5 better than Will Carlson. Riley Smith remains the Knights postseason points leader. He scored the Knights' first goal today, second in as many games and second of the playoffs. And Jonathan with a natural hat trick in the second period. Oilers win a right circle draw, bouncing around McDavid. Bouchard right goal line, shot it off the right side of the cage. Pietrangelo backhands it along, but not out. Kane right point, shoots it, banks off the boards, it rattles around in front. One of the Oilers goes down. Vegas can't clear it though. Out high again, Bouchard on the right. Bottom of the right circle. Kane shoots it through the net mouth off somebody across to the far wall. Howden coming out. 2-on-1. Howden with Stone. On the right side. Howden delays. To the middle. He shoots. Save. Campbell got a piece with his left arm. Stone had already buzzed by, so no rebound chance. Oilers coming ahead. Off the stick at the Vegas line. Whitecloud retreats. Whitecloud banks it off the end wall for Nick Hague. Using the board. Sends it ahead. Look out. Draisaitl went down and then collides with the referee. The referee appears to be injured. Knights in the offensive zone now. Around behind the goal on the left wing. On the near boards, Marchessault blows a tire. Gave the puck away as he tried to curl down the boards on the left wing. Edmonton coming out. They lose it at the Vegas line. Off of McLeod. Marchessault sends it along to Whitecloud. Right side of the neutral zone. Whitecloud dumps it in.
Marchessault's been fantastic. Every decision he's made with the puck, he's been right on. He's handled the puck well, and he scored 3.
Edmonton comes in on the right wing side. Fourth line for the Knights comes on. Bouchard trying to pass it through Will Carrier, but he's got help along the boards from Colasar. Edmonton forced to back it up. Bluger in pursuit of Nurse. Bluger fighting for the puck near the red line. Oilers once again have to go back to their own blue line. Bouchard fires ahead. Waugh reaches in, and so the puck comes down into the Vegas end without the Oilers pursuing. Now as they change players, Vegas starts it ahead. Waugh for Bluger. Touch pass connects near side of center, and it's dumped in by Riley Smith into the corner. 2 Oilers going back, Kane and Nurse. Rim around, goes right to Whitecloud from the bench. Pitches it down behind the goal. Smith facing the cage from the trapezoid. Dropped it off left corner for Nicholas Waugh. Left point for Nick Hague. Left circle, Nick Waugh. Coming out high to the middle for a shot off an Oilers stick. Cleared out. A tip puck, so no icing as it comes near Adin Hill. Sets it up for Nick Hague into the trapezoid behind the goal. Chased by Yamamoto. Banks it to Whitecloud near corner. Zach fires forward through center, but it's an icing. 7:02 to go, third period. Vegas 4, Oilers 2. Neither side has scored in the third period. Knights got 1 in the first, 3 in the second. Oilers got their only 2 in the first 3 minutes of the game. after the Knights had a 1-0 lead.
Shots now 34-20 in favor of the Oilers. Vegas has had, I think, 2 shots this period, Dan.
It's 3. Oilers have 6.
Yeah.
Edmonton wins the left circle faceoff. Ekholm challenged by Stone out high. A point shot that hits the iron. Goes up and out of play. Ends up in the far corner. Trying to see where that hit. Looks like it hit the outside of the left post. Where the... Hard to tell for sure. It was such a drive from the left point. In any case, it's out of play. Timeout. Under 7 minutes to play in the third period. Knights 4, Oilers 2. Presented by Dollar Loan Center. This is the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Calling all Vegas Golden Knights fans, Terrible's Game Day giveaway is back, and we're teaming up with Bud Light. Shop in-store at your local participating Terribles and make a purchase of $10 or more. Scan your Terribles app at the register and automatically earn game entries on every purchase. Score a $1,000 Vegas Golden Knights shopping spree plus 2 tickets to a home game this season. Every day is game day, exclusively at Terribles. Visit Terribles.com for details.
The playoffs are here, and Golden Knights fans can discover why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. Download the BetMGM app today and make every playoff game mean more than ever. Go for the goal with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the NHL and the Vegas Golden Knights.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly and offer resources to help you make appropriate choices. BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 plus to wager. Nevada only. Please gamble responsibly. For help, please call 1-800-522-4700. MGMResorts.com/GameSense.
We believe your banker should say what they'll do and do what they say. Not one time, but every time. It's not about making promises. It's about keeping them. That's the kind of accountability you'll get from Bank of Nevada, a division of Western Alliance Bank. Member FDIC. Find an entrepreneurial banking expert who can help drive results for your business at bankofnevada.com.
Back to more Vegas Golden Knights Stanley Cup playoff action with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
One way or another, the Golden Knights will not be playing in Edmonton the rest of this season. Knights will try to play their last game of against the Oilers here in this one. Edmonton fighting for the puck on the left side. Crowd wants a penalty call. Neither referee has his arm up. Centering pass from the left corner goes by Bouchard and out of the zone. Ekholm down on his knees, looking to the referee. He went down in the heap area.
He looks fine now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he thought he got a stick in the face. He was facing the far side. In the neutral zone, Knights with pressure, a steal for Barbashev. Drops it off. Marchessault rips it on, saved by Campbell. He holds it for the whistle with 6:14 to go. Now, there was a bouncing puck near the Knights net, went into the circle. Everybody was reaching for the puck. Ekholm collided with Watt.
Stick goes nowhere near his face.
Ekholm goes down.
Bleeding. Something happened to him.
He did get high stick.
Yeah, he got it from Watt. That's a miss. Absolutely. The referees will take note of that.
Knights win a face-off. McNabb banks it wide left from the point. It ends up around behind the goal. Oilers have had 1 power play in the game. Knights have had 2, though each team has taken 2 minors. One of the penalties that the Knights took was during the power play. So the Oilers had 4-on-4. And on the right side, through the circle, Nurse. He shoots. Hill a pad save to his left. Sharp angle shot, left wing, another save. Off of Hill to the near boards, cleared out by Barbashev. Icing waved off. 5:40 to go in the third period. Vegas 4, Edmonton 2. Oilers left to right. They'll dump it in. Whitecloud got a piece of the dump in with his glove. McLeod follows up, rims it around, too strong. It's out to center. Knights challenging in the neutral zone with Brett Howden and Chandler Stevenson. Kane drops it back to his own end. Oilers need 2 goals to tie. They've got 37 shots on goal. They haven't scored since 2:43 of the first period. They scored 2 goals on their first 2 shots. Knights ahead from right to left. Howden into the zone with Stevenson. Howden got stripped. Oilers coming ahead. Bouchard evades Stone. Gains the line. Off to the left wing. Opens up. Righty on the left side. He shoots. Stopped. Loose in front. Corralled by Martinez. Backhands it to the near boards, but it stays in for Bouchard. Across to the left. Now to the point for Kane. He shoots. Off a stick in front. Banging away. It goes into the corner. Yamamoto on it. Into the circle for a shot. That stopped. Knocked down by Pietrangelo. Around behind a centering pass. Knocked away. Alec Martinez in the vicinity to get a piece of that shot. Oilers on the right wall. Bouchard, a slap shot. Blocked. Rebound sent to the corner. Another try off the side of the cage. Ekholm was below the goal line. Hill loses his stick as the puck comes out to center. Hill will have a chance to pick up his goal stick as the Oilers regroup. Both sides need to change players. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left, third period. Knights lead 4-2 in Game 6. Oilers right to the goal with a shot on the left to save, and a rebound goes wide. Goal rattled on its pegs, but it stays in position. Action continues. The Knights have cleared the zone. We got a whistle, and apparently the goal rattling on its pegs, but it did land off of position, just barely on the left post.
Dan O'Rourke went over and gave it a little wiggle and found it and put it back on. We'll see the Oilers are going to be politicking pretty heavy now after we see that Ekholm did get high-sticked right in the face.
Of course, we notice those things because the crowd reacts to it. Yep. Obviously, when the Oilers commit things that the Knights fans wouldn't like, there's no audible reaction here. Timeout. 4:02 left in the third. Knights lead 4-2. Presented by Dollar Loan Center. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights radio network.
Imagine if your everyday shopping allowed you to earn points towards a weekend in wine country. A round of golf, tickets to exclusive events, or a new hockey jersey. Through the Foley Food and Wine Society app, members earn points for everyday purchases that they can redeem for everything from a baseball cap to a trip to New Zealand. The Foley Food and Wine Society, the luxury lifestyle community that combines life's greatest passions, world-class wines, exquisite cuisine, and amazing experiences.
Nobody has you covered like Dollar Loan Center with signature loans up to $5,000 in minutes. We have over 50 locations, and to celebrate 25 years, this year we're going all out. We're offering new customers the chance to experience the DLC like never before for free. You heard it right. No fees at all and free interest for a week. Borrow up to $5,000 and keep it for a week. Then all you owe us back is the principal. Stop by one of our over 50 gorgeous locations in Nevada and Utah, and our awesome Dollar Loan Center staff will tell you all about it. Apply at don'tbebroke.com. Give us a call or find a Dollar Loan Center near you. And remember, at DLC, your first loan is free in 2023.
Reload means if you pay after 1 month or less, the interest is free. You are still required to repay the principal amount. Licensed by the Nevada Financial Institutions Division. Customer must meet the normal loan qualifications. Review loan qualifications business at don'tbebroke.com. Certain limitations may apply. Loans are subject to approval.
Back to more Vegas Golden Knights Stanley Cup playoff action with Dan Duba and Gary Lawless.
Golden Knights 4, Oilers 2. 4 minutes left in the third period. It's Game 6. Center ice faceoff. Nick Waugh wins it for the Knights. Backwards to Whitecloud. From the far side of center, he dumps it in. No icing. Campbell makes the play behind his net. Waugh steps to it, joined by Smith in the right corner. Carlson down low as well. Knights leading 4-2. They trailed 2-1. They took a 4-2 lead in the second period. Jonathan Marchessault scored 3 consecutive goals. 3:35 to go. Oilers coming out and into the Vegas end. Campbell goes to the bench. 6th attacker coming on. Carlson deep in his own zone with Nicholas Hay. On the far boards, who will get the puck in the corner. Carlson trying to get position for the Knights. He gets shoved a few times. McDavid is there. Kane is there. Comes out high Ekholm to the right for Bouchard. He shoots. Tipped on save. Rebound swatted away by Carlson. 3:15 to go. Cleared out by Nick Waugh. And it goes as far as the Oilers line. Knights change a couple of players. Oilers are back in onside. Right wing and down to the corner they go. Hyman played it up the wall. Draisaitl to the point. Bouchard. Ekholm winds up. Pulls. Passes left corner. Eichel was defending. Ekholm out high. Out at the right goal line. Draisaitl tried a shot. Several players in the way. It's in the right corner. Fighting for the puck. Comes out high for Bouchard. Righty at the right point. He'll bank it down into the corner again. McDavid at the right goal line. Charges behind. Eichel stays with him. Errant pass goes out to center. Draisaitl cuts it off at the center red line. 2:35 to go, third period. Knights lead 4-2 in Game 6. McDavid right circle, swings and misses. Eichel reached in on McDavid, knocks it loose. It's in the corner. Tie-up. Fight for the puck on the near side. Eichel and McDavid tangle it. Puck comes down high to the left for Ekholm. Bouchard straight on. Right circle, Draisaitl. He shoots. Knocked away. Off of Kane, and it goes behind the goal. Kane escapes Martinez. Banks it out high for Bouchard. Left point. He shoots. Blocked in front by Eichel. Now Nick Hague clears the zone. It's off the wall. Not enough for icing, and the Oilers will recover the puck with 2 minutes to go, third period. Trailing 4-2. Knights get new players on the ice.
What a shift from Hague. Eichel, Martinez battling. Martinez stays out.
Pietrangelo coughs it up to Fogle in the left corner. Fogle put it right back into the skates of Pietrangelo. Stone along the wall. Fails to clear. Howden goes in to help out. Oilers keep it. Put in front. Kicked away by Martinez. Chipped off the near side boards by Bluger. It'll go into the Oilers zone. 1:35 to go in Game 6. A win clinches the series for Vegas. Oilers left to right. They'll send it in. Pietrangelo cuts it off. Banks it off the bench side of the ice and out to the neutral zone. Oilers left to right. It's a 6-on-5 here. They have pulled Campbell for the sixth attacker. Knights off the near side boards. Chipped through center by Bluger. Smith fights for the puck. Flips it across the line. Could not send it all the way in. Back to the Vegas line. Controlled by the Knights. It's McNabb. Near side. Forward to Smith. Trying to tip it in, but it goes to Bouchard. Forward pass. Oilers back in right side. Draisaitl. Draisaitl along the right side for Bouchard. Pass deflected and a shot wide left. It goes to the far side. A minute to go, third period. Knights leading 4-2 in Game 6. On the right side, Draisaitl. Bouchard fires, blocked by Smith. Bouchard gets it again. Bouchard high on the left side. Pass broken up. Vegas coming out. Carlson has an open path to the cage. Carlson scores!
The Misfits are sending the Golden Knights to the Western Conference Final. Marchessault with 3, Carlson with 1, Smith with 1, and a 5-2 lead for the Golden Knights. Originals, OGs, what do you want to call them? The best thing of all, the Golden Misfits. Carlson, Smith, and Marchessault, all fantastic in a Game 6 clincher.
We asked William Carlson about this moment, having gotten so far in the playoffs, reaching the playoffs now in 5 of their 6 seasons, but they've never won it. Talked about the pride factor. He said, definitely. Knights send it in. 20 seconds to go. Desharnais behind his net. 15 seconds left. Knights up by 3. Oilers send it in. A bouncing puck near Aiden Hill. Whitecloud is there to kill the clock. Final 10 seconds. Bouncing around side of the net. Over to the far boards with 5 seconds. Kolasar is there to kill the clock. The game is over. The series is over. The Golden Knights advance to the Western Conference Final. Their first time in the third round since they played the Montreal Canadiens in 2021. It is the 4th time in 6 years they will get to the NHL's semifinal round. Once have they advanced. A few other times, well, you know the story. Handshakes in Edmonton. Oilers season comes to a close in the second round after beating the Kings. They were down in that series 3-2. Won Game 6 and 7 to advance. They don't get as far this year as they did under year 1 of Jay Woodcroft, their head coach. Got to the conference final before getting swept by the Avalanche. Last year's Stanley Cup champions. This year, the Oilers, who finished the regular season just 2 points behind the Golden Knights, won 3 out of the 4 regular season meetings. They win just a couple out of the 6 meetings here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Aiden Hill records his 3rd victory of the series. Laurent Brossoit got the first one, but after Brossoit was injured, Hill comes on. First win in relief, last 2 as a starter in Games 5 and 6. Today, Adin Hill makes 39 saves on 41 Oilers shots. The Golden Knights put 5 on the board. Smith second of the playoffs. Marchessault with goals 3, 4, and 5 of the playoffs. And William Karlsson, 5th goal of the Stanley Cup playoffs. The original Misfits provide the offense in a 5-2 Golden Knights victory. The Knights are marching on to the third round, where they will face the winner of the Seattle Kraken and the Dallas Stars in the Western Conference Final. The series will start in Las Vegas.
Adin Hill went to a level. The Oilers fans are saluting their players. Players not really interested in much of a wave to them here. It's a half-hearted salute, and they're off. They're clearly a disappointed group, and they should be. They have a Stanley Cup roster. They just came up against the deepest team in the National Hockey League. Team that could go 5 deep in net this year. A team that, saw Alex Pietrangelo, their best two-way defenseman, miss a full game. They still got a victory, and then they came in here tonight, and they rolled all 4 lines, used all 6D. And Adin Hill, I got to get back to this. He went to places tonight, Dan. We've seen him a couple of times this season have very, very good games. He didn't start this early, but after giving up the second goal, wow. Down the stretch of the third, late in the second, he made some big, big saves. Not just shot blocking stuff. We're talking about athleticism and competing and going after places to make huge saves.
In 2015, Adin Hill was 17 years old, playing for the Portland Winterhawks in the WHL. His Winterhawks lost in the Western Conference Final. Who was the opponent? Any guesses, Gary? Kelowna.
I was going to say the Edmonton Oil Kings.
Kelowna, led by Leon Draisaitl, who went on to win the MVP of the finals in the WHL that year. Hill had already beaten Shea Theodore and the Seattle Thunderbirds earlier on. So Adin Hill gets a measure of revenge against Leon Draisaitl. Didn't give up any goals to Draisaitl. The 7 that Draisaitl scored in this series, 7 points, 6 goals. Those were in the first few games of the series. Adin Hill gets the win to clinch the series. The first time that Hill has been in net for a clincher since he was in the Calder Cup playoffs against the San Jose Barracuda 5 years ago. Lost in the second round to the Texas Stars. Did not play in the first round against the Winnipeg Jets. Comes on in relief of Laurent Brossoit. Plays every minute after Brossoit's injury. Hill victorious and improves his postseason record, as we mentioned earlier, to 3-1 after a 16-7-1 regular season. It was 6-2 down the stretch before his injury in Florida on March 7th. They had those up. That's a record of 9-2. If you go back and include that time, February into March, plus this time here in May. And as we all know, the wins in May are remembered much longer than the wins in February and March.
Jack Eichel is wondering, why the hell didn't I get to the playoffs earlier? His first run to the playoffs, and he's well over a point a game. There's a monster in Game 5, and then picks up an assist in Game 6, was on the ice late, dogging McDavid. Had another tremendous two-way game, and in his first trip to the postseason, he's playing for a trophy, the Campbell Bowl in the Western Conference Championship. And Jack will tell you, that's not the trophy he wants. There's another one he's got his eye on.
Now, the trick is you've got to win one before you get to the next.
There you go.
We'll recap the goals
Danny,
here.
Always the voice of reason. Never letting me get ahead of myself.
Someone's got to tug on the reins here.
Stop it.
Here we go with the scoring today. We will have a live interview in moments, so stand by for that. Knights scored the first goal of the game. That has not happened in this series. They come back and win. They're now 3-0 when they score first, by the way. Not that this was quite as simple as that. Smith scored 24 seconds in after the Oilers coughed it up in their own zone. Riley's second in as many games. First 2 goals of the playoffs here in Games 5 and 6. That was responded Connor McDavid 31 seconds later from Kulak and Kane. McDavid's 8th of the playoffs and his 5th of the series. And then at 2:43, 1 minute, 48 seconds later, Fogle scored his second of the playoffs from Derek Ryan and Ryan McLeod. That second goal at 2:43. 2 goals on the first couple of shots from the Oilers. They did not beat Adin Hill the rest of the day. 39 consecutive saves after those 2 goals. Knights were trailing 2-1 after 1. No penalties were scored. No penalties were called in the first. No additional goals were scored in the first either. 2-1 after 1, just as it was for Game 5. And in the second period, just like in Game 5, the Knights got 3 goals. Difference compared to Game 5 is that one player scored all 3. Marchessault from Barbashev and Theodore. Marchessault from Martinez and Barbashev. And then at 4-on-4, Marchessault from Pietrangelo and Eichel. Natural hat-trick for Marchessault. Second career playoff hat-trick for Jonathan. Goals 3, 4, and 5 of the playoffs. And in this series, look out, 5 goals and 3 assists. 8 points for Marchessault in the second round. And then in the third period, plenty of attempts for the Oilers. Outshot the Knights 13-5 in the third. But the last of those 5 from Vegas went into an empty cage for William Karlsson. 5th goal of the playoffs, first in this series. Lone assist to Nicholas Waugh. He now has 4 points in this series. And the Golden Knights finished it off with just 39 seconds to play. Hold on, defeat the Oilers 5-2, win the series 4-2, move on to the Western Conference Final. For the 4th time in franchise history, they will appear in the NHL's semifinal round. The only time they did not get there was in year 2, when against the San Jose Sharks they had a 3-0 lead halfway through the third period, only to lose in overtime. Other than that, Gary, they have found their way to the third round 4 times. Once victorious, knocked out the Jets to reach the Stanley Cup Final in 2018. The other 2 occasions, losing to the Dallas Stars in the Edmonton bubble right here in this building. Stars eventually losing to the Lightning in the final. And then the following year, in Montreal, lost to the Canadiens. And once again, the Lightning victorious against the team that knocked out the Knights, beat the Canadiens. So now the question is, how will the Knights fare in the in the third round, the 4th time they reach it? Seattle Kraken and Dallas Stars, Game 7 tomorrow to decide who will face the Golden Knights.
There was talk last season when the Golden Knights missed the playoffs. You know, the team was old. Callie McCrimmon and George McPhee had, put too much stock into the likes of Stone, Pietrangelo, Eichel. A lot of nonsense talk about, the Golden Knights are going to have to start rebuilding at Christmas time. Couldn't believe some of the things I read. And this needs to be said. The Golden Knights have won 9 playoff rounds in their 6-year existence. They've been to the Final Four, as you have eloquently said, 4 times. And they've been to a Stanley Cup. George McPhee and Kelly McCrimmon are among the very best in the National Hockey League at what they do. Their hockey operations staff, it's not just them. Bill Foley and his mission, what he asks of the organization, Kerry Buboltz and his leadership on the corporate side, and then, getting to the Final Four, this doesn't happen. There's 4 teams left, and they're among them 4 times since they joined the National Hockey League. Now, they're not interested in any praise or taking any bows. They got one thing on their mind, and as you said, you got to win one before you can play for the other. Well, they're playing for it again.
The Edmonton Oilers, in that period of time, have won 1, 2, 3 playoff series.
Well, the Toronto Maple Leafs, they're talking about that. People are writing today that Kyle Dubas needs to be renewed. I don't know if he does or not, but one of the things they're saying is that he's won 1 playoff round in 5 years, but he's one of the best in the league at his job. Fine. No disrespect. You can keep Kyle. I'll take McPhee and McCrimmon.
And they have a great deal more experience.
Lapped the competition.
And wisdom, given their years in hockey, both at the professional and amateur level. And, yeah, I mean, the numbers are what they are. The Knights have not pulled it up, but boy, oh boy, they have been the team to beat. Alec Martinez, we understand, is downstairs. Do we have Alec?
Yeah, unfortunately so for you guys. Pulled the short straw.
We are glad to have you, Alec. Congratulations. Well, where to begin here? This was the first time that the Oilers have lost consecutive games in regulation since February. You guys beat them in 6 games. I guess we'll start with this. How did you do it?
I think just sticking to our game plan. I thought that, early in the series, obviously getting in some penalty trouble. I thought that as the series went on, we got better and better on the PK, and we got better and better at staying out of the box. I mean, I think even last game at home, they got a few gratuitous bounces, and I think, I know it sounds odd that you gave up 3 PK goals, but I thought that it was probably our best showing, before tonight. So, I think that it's hard to stay patient within your game. Sometimes just within a game or a period or a whole series. But I'm proud of the way the guys did that. We truly believe that we were a better team 5-on-5, and I think that we showed that.
Alec, I asked you a while ago about blocking shots, and you said scoring goals was more fun than blocking shots. You can tell me that for free. That was your exact quote. And then I asked you.
It's still very true.
And then I asked you, why do you do it? And you said, because I want to win, and that's what you have to do to win. And 5 blocks last night. I haven't seen the number tonight, but I bet you it's right around there again. You're still doing the things that it takes to win games.
I try to play the game the right way. I think that some of the things that I do don't necessarily show up on the score sheet, but it's not just me. You see, there was a lot of huge blocks. A few come to mind. Petro had a ton. Nabbers had a bunch throughout the series. Carly had a big one. There's a lot tonight. Teddy Bluger had a real big one in the first period. So. I don't think that I'm alone in wanting the puck to hit them, and I think that like I said before, it's an essential part of the game now. If you want to be successful and you want to win, and I think that the guys believe that in here, and it's one thing to believe it, and it's another thing to step in front of one of those things. So I'm really proud of those guys.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to suggest it was just you. I think you lead, but I think a lot of guys follow. You blocked 5 tonight, by the way. Aiden Hill comes on in the middle of this series, and I think he went to a real high level tonight, late in the second, and then in the third as well. What are your thoughts on your goalie?
Absolutely. I think that's not easy. Him coming off that injury, hadn't played in a while. And then step into a playoff series as emotional and revved up as this one was, and he answered the bell. He made some incredible saves when he went in. All the games that he played, and he had some huge ones here in the third period tonight. It's he's a professional. He's been staying ready. He works hard. He does all the things off the ice to be successful on the ice, and really happy for him and his success, and it's going to be a big part of our team success going forward.
Dan talked a lot about Game 5 being a team win. I talked about it being an organizational win because you had Hill, Bluger, and Hutton all playing important pieces. Tonight again, Bruce rolls, or John Stevens goes with all 6D. Haig's out there late, White Cloud late, yourself, and then the 4 forward lines, they rolled as well. Is it more fun to win when every guy on the bench has a big hand in what gets accomplished?
Oh, absolutely. It's kind of what I mentioned earlier. It's a testament to our depth. You got to give credit to Huddy too, stepping in last game. Playing really well for us. Taking a stick to the face too, and that's never fun. It's also in order to win, you kind of gotta. Well, I guess it's scored by committee, but everyone's got to be involved. You got to be able to roll 4 lines. Everyone's got to contribute. It's if you have only a couple good lines, that's going to expose itself, over the course of a 7-game series. And really proud of the guys. I think the guys were really into it. We certainly have a great group that I think Butch said it the other day that we genuinely love coming to work and being around each other, and you see that in the laughs and off the ice and the jokes that we have, the camaraderie, and then that certainly translates on the ice and everyone being involved, everyone contributing, and that saves a lot of energy that allows us to play at a high pace when we're rolling 4, rolling 6, and it's awesome to be a part of.
Last thing, Alec, and by the way, 2 assists in as many games. Got to throw that in there too.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a
while. You've now done this 114 times. Today, your 114th career Stanley Cup playoff games. I'm sure you've learned a lot through the years. What have you learned about this group and your younger players who haven't been through nearly as many games as you have? What do you hope that they have learned now through 2 rounds of this year's postseason?
I think that we can learn from, first of all, the younger guys that haven't gone through it. They've done a hell of a job. You need that. You need, young guys to, infuse some energy into the team, play some big minutes, contribute. But I'd say with this series specifically, I think, it was very back and forth until just these past 2 games. And, I think that, the first 4, kind of alternated and who was outplayed, the other team. And I think it's important that, even if you do have a bad game, it's a 7-game series. You got to stick with it. And I kind of mentioned it earlier where you got to stay patient within your game and trust your game plan. And I think the guys did that. I think, there was definitely, times, especially Game 4, the way that game ended, with things, get a little rowdy at the end there, but guys stayed composed. They stayed patient in the game plan. They stayed confident, and there's a reason you play 7, and you can't get too high, too low. I think I said that before the playoffs, and just after each game you got to reset, and that's the same. We just won a series. We can enjoy it now, but this is not by any means what we wanted to accomplish. We're not there yet, so enjoy it now. But then you got to reset and refocus, and it's back to work whenever we start again a few days from now.
Alec, thank you. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
3 assists in the series for Alec Martinez, and the Knights victorious in Game 6. Final score: Vegas 5. And Edmonton 2. Almost forgot the empty netter. They can't do that. And again, the final score 5-2. Vegas knocks out the Oilers. Edmonton victorious in its opening round against the Kings. Knights victorious against the Jets. They were the top 2 teams in the Western Conference, Gary. They don't meet in the Western Conference final because they were in the same division. They meet in the second round. And heck, think about from the Oilers' point of view. They got to the Western Conference final last year, hadn't been there in a long time, and they get swept by Colorado. So you're thinking, organizationally take the next step. Instead of taking a step forward and advancing from the conference final, they take a step back. They don't even get to the conference final this year.
Yeah, listen, there's lots to like about the Oilers. Obviously, they have the 2 best offensive players in the world. That's a really good start. You wonder about some of the coaching decisions in this series. You yanked Skinner 3 times, and Campbell was near perfect in his work. Why didn't he start at some point in time? That'll be something that the Oilers will be wondering quite a bit about. And then loading up as often as they did, putting McDavid and Draisaitl together. I get it. It's a really good option for you late in a period or late in a game, but they went to it early and often so much. They really took their middle 6 right out of the series in that respect. There are probably some injuries. Vander Kane didn't look like himself. Draisaitl didn't look like himself. But Vegas, they're on their. Listen, let's take Robin Leonard out of the equation, but Logan Thompson and Laurent Brossoit were eventually going to be the top goalies for the Golden Knights. But Aiden Hill came in. Kelly McCrimmon made that trade late in the summer, and Hill came in. And if you had asked me in March which guy would I have gone through amongst the four, I would have looked real hard at Aiden Hill. And tonight, put it this way, I'm not sure Vegas wins this game without Aiden Hill, but with another netminder in net. That he went to a level we didn't see many of their other goalies go to this year very often.
They took one of the Oilers' shots off the board, so 40 is the total, meaning Aiden stopped the last 38 consecutive shots he faced after giving up 2 goals on the first 2 shots of the game in the first 2:43 of the first. By the way, only one other time in franchise history have the Knights and opponent scored on their first shot each, and it was earlier this year, the Knights' victory against the Oilers in this building in March. How about that? And it happens again. Knights led 1-0, fell behind 2-1 in the first 3 minutes of the game, trailed 2-1 after 1. Then Marchessault's hat trick, natural style, in the second. Knights led 4-2 after 2. And then in the third period, the empty net goal from William Karlsson to seal it. And the Knights advance with a 5-2 win, the series victory of 4-2. They'll play the Stars or the Kraken in the Western Conference Final. And regardless of who they face, the storylines popping, either the 2 newest teams in the NHL or the Knights against their old coach, Pete DeBoer. Game 7 tomorrow.
No Game 7 on Tuesday.
No Game 7 for this series.
No. We'll go back. We'll go back to what Bruce Cassidy said this morning. Jay Woodcroft trying to get into the Golden Knights' heads. Let's call it what it was. Saying the pressure is on the Golden Knights. The pressure is on the Golden Knights. Jay's been a coach in the NHL for about 15 months. Bruce Cassidy has been doing it quite a bit longer. And Bruce took that comment and said, first of all, he said, I'll talk about my team. I'm not going to talk about the only time he talked about the Oilers in this series was to pay them compliments. And he did it a number of times after all their wins. Said how good they were. But then he said, pressure, I think of pressure as what firefighters and police officers go through to keep our community safe. What I know is our team is getting up and flying back to Vegas tomorrow to play another game no matter what. Meaning it was either going to be a Game 7 against the Oilers or Game 1 of the Western Conference Final. Well, we now know what that no matter what is. It's Game 1 of the Western Conference Final.
We don't know when it'll start. We know it will be in Las Vegas. Details to come. We've got lots coming on the postgame show. Ryan Wallace will have the highlights. They'll have locker room reaction and, of course, your phone calls on the extended postgame show. That wraps it up from here, Gary. We'll give you the final numbers. 5-2, the Knights dispatched the Edmonton Oilers. After losing 3 out of 4 in the regular season, the Knights win 4 out of 6 here in this second-round series. The first time that these clubs meet during the Stanley Cup playoffs. As Gary pointed out earlier, the Knights have now won 9 playoff series since they came into existence, starting with the 2018 Stanley Cup playoffs. And now for the 4th time in 5 playoff runs, they have reached the 3rd round. Got to the Stanley Cup final 1 time. Again, the final 5-2 Vegas wins. Winning goaltender Aiden Hill, 38 saves on 40 shots. He went the distance, stopped the last 38 in a row. 35 shots at even strength, an additional 5 during the Oilers' lone power play. The loss goes to the starter Stuart Skinner. Gave up 4 goals on 17 shots, played 2 periods of hockey. Jack Campbell came on, stopped the 4 shots that he faced in the third. He was pulled for the last 3 minutes of the game. Knights survived that 6-on-5 attack. With Hill's victory, he is 3-1. The loss for Skinner, he's now 5-6, and his Stanley Cup postseason is over. Stars of the game. Warren Foegele is the game's number 3 star with a goal. Foegele scored his 2nd of the series and 2nd of the playoffs. 9th career goal, period, for Foegele. Number 2 star, the aforementioned winning goaltender Aiden Hill. And the number 1 star with a natural hat trick, Jonathan Marchessault, who now has 26 playoff goals, most in franchise history. 5 in this series. And he's got 5 goals in the playoffs, all of them coming in the second round. Add it all up, 5 goals, 5 assists, 10 points in 11 games in the Stanley Cup playoffs for Jonathan Marchessault. Again, he is today's number 1 star. Time of the game, 2 hours and 28 minutes. And the crowd, 18,347. The final game at Rogers Place this year. When the Knights will be back sometime next regular season. We are hoping for early November, perhaps the day after Bruce Springsteen plays here at Rogers Place. That would be perfect. We will find out another time. Next up for the Knights, we don't know. It'll be the Stars, it'll be the Kraken, one or the other in the Western Conference Final. It will be at T-Mobile Arena. We do not know what day, but stay tuned. You'll find out soon enough. Again, the final, Vegas 5, Edmonton 2 in Game 6. Knights advance. That'll wrap it up from the broadcast booth. Big thanks to our engineer throughout this series in Edmonton, Jerry Dombrowski. Always a pleasure, Jerry. Thank you for everything. We'll see you next year. See if you could get Springsteen tickets for us, would you? Okay, thank you. Big thanks to our broadcast assistant, Justin Russo, our statistician extraordinaire, Ray LaBeth, and, of course, big thanks to Bobby Machado back in our studio. For Golden Knights insider Gary Lawless, this is Dan Duva saying so long from Edmonton. Happy Mother's Day, and have a great night, everybody. Post-game show is next with Ryan Wallace, presented by Dollar Loan Center. You've been listening to the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.